All right, I guess me and you can start talking, Joe.
Okay.
So.
All right, hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah. What's up?
Mr. Dad Gann over here. In the background. Can't see him. It's cool. Watch out for him. Warriors, Xbox, original, going down. Speed runs on there.
Yeah. So that was our friend David in the background there.
He's going all day, every day,
All day.
by himself. One man, one controller, no nuts.
Yep.
So this is Adi. We got Joe here,
What's up, y'all?
and David's in the background, and we're just waiting on Gary and Dylan now
As
to
usual.
get in here. They were off eating, I do believe. So I see Mr. Dan Link is in here. So hello, good sir. How art thou this evening? We're going to be talking about who the hell knows? I don't even know.
Yeah, we're just off the top of the head.
We've got a few topics that we're going to actually go through and talk about. Yes, Joe's mom is one of them. But no, it's mainly going to be about, games, anime, movies, nerd type objects like Joe's mom.
Wait,
And
you...
the best game ever made, ever, anywhere.
Yep.
Wait, you said that we weren't talking about nerd things. Everybody knows nerds don't like girls.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Shing. Yes.
Shots fired. Everybody down.
That's funny.
Everybody down.
If you're a nerd, I do not apologize for what I just said.
Oh. You're so mean, Joe.
I know, right?
Like, what are you doing?
Hey, that's what Joe knows, okay?
That's what Joe knows.
That's what Joe knows.
So, anywho's, Mr. Dan Link.
See?
I know
Look,
you are into music, sir. What kind of music are you listening to nowadays? And while we wait on your answer, because there's like a 30-second delay.
And see, look, I said that. No hate mail.
I guess we'll talk about... Here's a topic. Here we go.
Here. What's up?
You guys probably haven't heard about this. Okay, GameStop. GameStop, okay? It has the word game in the name.
It's gonna cease to sell games.
Pretty much. They're going from going exclusively like being a gaming franchise to focusing more on tablets and phones. Is what they said.
They want to be a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
So
They want to be a Radio Shack.
So it's game.
So it's not GameStop.
Yeah, it's like
Dude, you just stole my one-liner. It's like, come to non-GameStop. We have nothing.
We have nothing with games. You're one stop for games.
Well, honestly, that's the way things are going.
It doesn't bother me very much. Me, as a consumer, don't shop at GameStop.
Because GameStop is
they're
outrageously overpriced.
Right.
But it's good to have one there,
Just to know,
Yeah.
like, hey, if I can't find a game, I can at least go to GameStop. They'll probably have it. They get all the exclusives,
And then be let down when they
pre-orders.
don't
Or
have
like,
it.
Boom, I just bought this new Madden 15. I beat it. Wow. I can go get $8.
$8 for it.
Right now. I mean, I paid $60 last week. I can go get $8 right now.
Sir, that's a $58 loss.
Oh yeah, that's how they do it though.
No.
Like what's that on? Oh, it's a thing on
It's
YouTube. There's a video on
$52
YouTube.
loss, excuse me.
It's called Game Shop, right? And like this guy is the cashier, okay? And he looks like a straight like nerd guy, okay? Like fat and everything. Guy comes in, he's like, "Yo, I want to sell my my Call of Duty or whatever, or like trade it in." He's like, "Okay, we can give you like $6," and he's like, $6? He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Would you care for a butt effing?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he's like, "A butt effing." He's like, "It's where we take your game, give you $6 for it, and then turn around and put it on the shelf for $55." And like,
That bastard. Wait, you said the game was called Call of Duty?
yeah.
Dude,
Worst game ever is Zelda CDI. You're probably right.
If they never made a game called Grab by the Ghoulies.
Grab by the Ghoulies. Oh god.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask. Can anybody hear me
What?
on this, just in case?
Yeah, they should be able to, dude.
I hope so.
Why would they not?
Pass.
I did just ask.
Because look, okay, watch, Joe. See this right here? This is
Yeah.
audio.
Where's mine? Oh, okay. So yeah, that was a stupid question. I am sorry.
If they can hear me, they can definitely hear you.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Okay.
But yeah, worst game ever. This is Zelda CDI. Yeah.
No, the worst game ever is
Superman
Eternal
64
Ring.
comes to mind.
Eternal Ring comes to my mind. It's the worst one I've ever played in my entire life.
You know, obviously the ET game.
Oh.
That
Even though they had an ET game.
you've never heard about the ET game?
You're
What? That's probably why you've never heard of it, because it's the worst game ever.
So bad.
They actually took the remaining copies of it when it was like still in production and buried it in New Mexico in the desert somewhere.
Is that right?
I'm dead serious.
That would be tight to find.
They actually talked about that recently in the news. They were saying like they were gonna go dig it up. I don't know why, but like.
Well, hey, you know, some
They
bad
could sell
things
it
are
for
worth
$1
money.
million to some jackass who has way too much money and nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You're probably right, but
And hey, look, terrible things make money. Look at that one dude from American Idol. He's like a freaking billionaire now.
Oh, the Asian
Yeah,
dude?
she bang.
she
Yeah,
bang.
like a millionaire now, dude. All right,
So
I
don't
have
know.
something.
All right, good.
What do you guys prefer in general to buying games? Would you rather purchase them from your console and stream them, or walk into a store and buy them?
I like hard copies of games,
As do I.
just because I'm a collector, though.
Okay, all right, but here's the thing. The problem with that is that there's some games that aren't going to be released in the U.S. Like the PS3 had one. I can't remember what it was called, but they were hyping it on for E3 on the one channel that stopped showing game shows.
Yeah, right.
G4.
G4, yeah.
Game show.
G4.
Yeah.
I mean, the game.
Yeah, but G4
Video
was
Game
hyping
Network,
it
yeah.
big time. Just hyping it big time, and it was only released in Japan.
I'm trying to think of which game you're talking about because
You see,
there's been lots of games
I
that
agree with you on that one.
for the hard copies
copy is always better.
because
I mean, if you download all of your games directly to your system, and then I don't know, your house gets struck by lightning,
like me.
yeah, and there's a power surge,
Or like
it fries your whole stuff. All those games that you paid for are now.
See, like, I mean, that's why they have, like, the whole cloud and, like, you know, being able to store, like, your passwords and stuff just because,
that would be better.
like, I mean, you can do that with the 360 right now. Say you go download, like, okay, you just download a DLC for, like, you know, Skyrim, okay? Well, when you go into your account, you can look at your, like, your download previous, you know, whatever you previously downloaded list or whatever, and it'll have it on there. And you can click it and it'll say, like, re-download, download again or whatever.
Okay, and
it
I'm back.
automatically knows. Oh my gosh, it's Dylan.
Dylan's back.
Sorry about that.
Yep, ET is disgusting. That's what Dan says.
No, the reason why I asked that question is because right now there's a game that I really want called F1 2013, and they're having problems with the SKU number, and it's already been released in Europe, Australia, and all that. It has not been released here, and the only way to buy it now is to download.
Why don't you get it off? If I buy a game in Europe, can I not play it on my system here?
See, I don't know about newer systems. Do you know anything about that, Dylan? When it comes to newer systems, obviously, like with the old stuff, there was NTSC and PAL and all that, and you couldn't play one on, you know, like say you had like
Yeah.
a PAL disc, you could not play that on NTSC console. But is it like that still nowadays, or is it just like you can play it on whatever?
Ask him a direct question, like if he knows his knowledge. Like if I buy a game in Europe,
Yeah.
can I play it on my American Xbox or vice versa?
I'm not really sure. I was just guessing. I would say that it's still going to be like that. That you can't take them from one country and another and have it work. Just because of potential like licensing issues might be why they do it. I don't really know the reasons behind it in the first place, but unless it's like a digital download, I can still see them region locking games just based on.
That's a good point. Like he's saying, if it's download, you could probably play it anywhere. But if it's like disc,
Hard
No,
copy.
if it's a hard copy,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't work.
that makes sense.
Because personally, I'm gonna have to agree with Austin and David. I like going into stores because once you talk to somebody and get to know somebody there, because you go in all the time, it's like, oh hey, here's so and so. you will get like, hey, we got this coming in at like
Yeah, you can get kind of some deals sometimes. You can tell them like, hey, tell me when you get this. Or
deals and inside information, because Gordon Gekko said that the only thing that's valuable is information.
True.
Like at vintage stock, like when we went to vintage stock. Were you with me, right? When I got the Dreamcast?
Yeah, I was.
And that girl hooked me up with the
Yeah.
extra remote and the extra memory card. Like,
Oh yeah.
This remote,
Yeah.
take this one.
Yeah, so going into stores has its advantages, but then going to download stuff has also its advantages too.
Mm-hmm. Just because if you have a hard copy, like it's good for collectability, like I said, like I like to do, but at the same time, like if you break your disc, which can happen, or if it gets too scratched up, I mean you're done. But download, you don't have to worry about that ever.
Unless you have a cousin that breaks into your house when you're not there and completely fucks up your Xbox.
But I mean, I don't know. It's got its up and downs for each. I mean, it's whatever. What do you think, Dylan? What would you rather do? Would you rather have hard copies or download?
Well, considering I mostly have downloaded games lately, I probably prefer download, especially with things like Steam, because you can get a lot of really good deals that you couldn't get in stores just for all the sales that they do. But at the same time, I do agree with the deal. It's really cool to go into a store and start getting to know the people, because hell, the GameStop that I live pretty close to, a lot of the people there, I've been there enough times that they start recognizing me, and I would talk to them every time I go in, which is really cool. But yeah,
see, it's good for just like the gaming community. I think like stores like that, just because you can get to know other people in your community that play games. You may meet new friends, new experiences. Just broaden your gaming knowledge in general.
And also,
like, boom, you're gaming, and you play with a guy that's a total douchebag, but he's good at the game. And then you just so happen to meet this guy in the store, and he's like, oh wow, he's a cool guy. And then you go and you friend him and you play with him. He's like, hey, you're that same douchebag I didn't like. I'm so glad we got to meet each other in this gaming store in our community.
Right, right.
And also, is the cool thing about the stores is that when you're walking in, and this has actually happened to me before. I walked into a store. I was looking at some games, and somebody said, "Hey, have you played this?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Well, here, try this game or something." And I tried it, and I loved it. So, if you're listening, dude, thank you wherever you are.
Oh, let's see. Downloadable. I'm changing the topic. Downloadable games versus hard copies. Let's see if that fits. Yep, it does. Okay, cool. So, anyways, have you tried to add Gary again, Dylan?
I shouldn't have to. You should just be able to rejoin, but let me add him real quick.
Okay, I didn't know how that worked.
I think you should just be able to rejoin again, but
he
just in case not.
Okay,
Yeah, let's see.
we shall see. Like he had texted me and said he was going to be late. So
Hello.
There he is.
What's up, Gary?
What's up, Gary?
Not much. How y'all?
Were you waiting on us to call you?
I just got done. I was fixing to try to call.
Okay, we didn't know. We were like, do we have to re-add him? But,
yeah, it didn't give me an option to like
get back in.
Okay.
Wait, that's
Dan
weird.
Link
Thought it
says,
would've-
now is better, download the games because game discs are so gays.
Okay,
So see-
wait. But then also, like I said, you have to have your Xbox cousin proof, so your moron cousin cannot come
Yeah,
in
see,
and
Joe's
completely
cousin deleted his
destroy
entire
your
hard drive.
entire hard drive.
Yeah.
All right, well, what about
Well,
like,
you can always get them back though,
that don't
because it's
have
tied to your
internet at
account.
their house, or have a friend that they can come to?
I don't have internet.
So how would you be able to get all these non-hard copy games that you would have to download?
No, what the topic is that which one would you rather prefer? Would you prefer to go to the store? Like, pros and cons of downloading games or going to the store?
What were you saying, Dylan?
I was just saying, like, Joe was saying his hard drive got destroyed. I mean, you still have the games; they're tied to your account, but you have to download them all again, which is a huge pain. But if we're talking about just consoles in general, though, like on the downloadable games, just hard copies, definitely hard copies as far as consoles go. I don't
Computer's
know why I
different.
prefer them, Yeah, computer, like, you can get a disc for it. It's not really much purpose to it because you just install it off the disc anyway.
Right.
But for consoles, I definitely prefer hard copies just because not only does it end up not wrecking your hard drive for memory, having so many things installed on it by downloading them, but you can also, like, if you want to hang out with a friend, it's like, oh, you should try this game, and then you can take it over to their house and play it instead of having to, like, drag your whole console with you and then possibly having to fight, like, oh, this isn't your Xbox, you can't play this downloaded game on it. And it's like, it's a lot better to have a hard copy as far as.
And there comes that whole,
Yep.
Xbox One, PS4 discussion that, the whole thing they were going to do originally with the not sharing games.
And
Yeah.
now, here's our GameStorm top tip. When you're going to a friend's house with your consoles, make sure to label it with your name.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can see it.
Yeah, I always label my
GameStorm
crap.
top tip. Label your
Like
stuff,
Sharpies and everything.
Label everything.
Yeah, you see, like whenever I let you borrow Clannad, ADs on every disc, AD on the disc, actual like the case, like everything.
On a computer monitor.
Yep, everything, man. Label your crap.
Label everything.
Look at that. There's AD right here, labeled on the N64.
And
I'm very
David's
OCD when
off
it comes to that.
yeah.
I'm not OCD about many things, but when it comes to my stuff, like, and I'm not lending it out to anyone, like, unless it has my mark on there somehow.
That's why I keep telling me
So, Gary, what do you think?
What about having a physical copy or download?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, me and you are gaming collectors, so
Yeah.
it's different for us.
Yeah, I prefer having a physical copy, but the problem with physical copies, like going into the future of console gaming, with everything going online, like when those consoles are dead and gone and the online services are gone, that game becomes useless.
That's
Like
true.
Titanfall. Look at Titanfall. Where's that going to be in about 10 years?
Well, say
Probably
it's
less,
for computers.
less than
too.
that. You won't even be able to play it anymore.
Well, Titanfall
It'll
will
live-
probably
it'll
be
live.
like Call of Duty, where they have a new one like every year.
It's
So
on-
10 years from now,
It's
gonna be
online
like
only.
Titanfall 15.
You can't play it offline.
Yeah, so I mean, if they take down the servers, I can see, but I would imagine
They
they would
will
keep them
take
going
down the
forever
servers, though.
for a computer.
You know, they will take down the servers for the Xbox One,
Yeah, but still, there's going to be like
just
a
like they did
Titanfall
with the
15.
original Xbox.
Not like the Wii. Just cut off Monster Hunter right with your brother.
Yeah, but honestly, by that point, like, because how long did it take them to shut down the servers for the Xbox? Because I remember people were still playing Halo 2 for
Oh,
a
see that
long
I thought
time.
about that.
And so it's like, by the time they do finally shut down the servers for the games like Titanfall, people aren't going to really be playing it much anyways. There's going to be so much new stuff by then that
That's
they'll
true.
be like on Titanfall 5 or something, and it'll be, by the point they finally do shut down the servers for games that are really popular, there will be just so little interest left in it by most people that it really, I mean, yeah, it'll piss some people off still, but it'll be a minority.
Cough, Gary.
Right. Right. But still, like, like if they do go to games like that are a lot that are online only, like when those servers go down, your physical copy of that game will just become useless.
Well,
Like if they're gonna do like an online only game, they should just offer it download only and charge a cheaper price for it if they're not gonna put a single player campaign in it.
Like,
I
make it
mean,
$40.
honestly-
agree with that.
yeah. Well, but when you think about it, it doesn't really matter if it's physical or downloadable at that point, because once they shut the servers down, the game is useless either way. At least with the physical
Right.
copy, you could have like
But if
collector's
they
thing,
put
like
a-
you'll still have the disc. It's like I had this game and it was really good. You have a
LAN
collector's thing, but
parties.
if you have the digital,
Yeah.
if you have like the digital download version of it, it's like, well, I had a thing on my computer that now it's been deleted and gone forever because they shut the servers down. So, I mean, at the
Think
very least,
about-
you could still have box art or something with a physical one.
Think about the generation, like, it's different for us because we're older now. But think about the generation of kids today that are going to be growing up with the Xbox One.
Like the 13-year-olds right now.
And
Oh,
they're not going to be
God.
able to go back and play those games for the nostalgia value.
Okay, so
So-
since Gary said that, I'm not getting an Xbox One now because I hate kids.
Yeah, like it sucks for.
So you might, if you hate
people
playing
today.
games with kids. Go ahead, Gary. Sorry.
It sucks for people that are growing up with these the modern consoles today, because like the games like that, they're not going to be able to play like 20 years down the road when they want to relive that nostalgia of that game. You know.
Yeah. But, as a counterpoint, how many other games than Titanfall at the moment are just online only? Most of the games that are still coming out for these new consoles do have single player. They do have local multiplayer.
Right.
They won't. So it's still a very, very minority amount, a small number of games that will actually face this problem. So for the most part, it's not. I mean, people will still be able to go back 10 years from now and play a lot of these games for nostalgia value, just not Titanfall.
Right.
So,
But I kind of see the trends going towards that though for like shooters. I think they're going to start just going multiplayer only.
Yeah, I could see that. Mainly because, and you can see it even with games that do have. What happened?
Sorry. We're laughing. Sorry. We're in the same room, so it's kind of funny. Sorry.
What happened?
So a
Yeah,
big
I don't know
announcement
what's
before we
going
go
on
any
either.
farther. Before we just hold on. Before we go any farther, I just want to say that Tyler Groves is watching us right now, and he says he agrees with Dylan. So Tyler Groves in the house. Yeah,
Well, yeah, I prefer the hard copy also,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying it kind of sucks for people today that if they're going to be buying a game like that, and then they want to relive that nostalgia and go back to it, and they pull it off their shelf and they can't play it anymore, it just kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. For a lot of the games like that,
But yeah, I do prefer having the physical copy.
yeah, but as far as the nostalgia goes, a lot of the games would be online only, especially if you're right. Like that's the future for FPS games. Most of the times, I mean, who do you hear of going back to play like the first Call of Duty game for nostalgia? They just they buy the new one and just keep playing it because they just want to play the multiplayer and play against people. They don't. There's no real nostalgia there. It's just they want the multiplayer. They want the next best thing. They buy the new one.
Wait, there's a Call of Duty 1. Did that come out like 20 years ago?
Like, there's only maybe like a couple FPS games
I have that Call of Duty
you can
game,
go
Joe.
back and
Oh my God,
play for
you're
nostalgia.
It's on PC.
And like, there's like that's like a rarity to
Yeah.
go back and play an FPS
It's not-
game for nostalgia,
yeah.
like
Oh,
a Halo,
and-
like Halo 1 maybe. But
Oh,
It came out in like 2002 or 2003. It's not that old.
but also we can't forget on the nostalgia basis. Like, look at the games that are coming out with HD collections, like Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid, Zone of Enders.
Final Fantasy
Right.
10,
Yeah, like Final
Can't-
Fantasy 10 with HD
Halo Combat Evolved.
with like an
There's
HD
a-
collection.
I think the HD remakes are a good thing, but there's a lot of purists out there that turn their nose up to those things and won't even touch them.
And that's when guys like me come along and break their noses as they turn them up.
There you
Because
go.
they say there's a lot of things wrong with them, but then there's a lot of people that don't really care about little minor graphical glitches and stuff that think they're great.
Like us.
Yeah, like,
Right. Yeah,
Like,
that stuff doesn't bother me.
like
I'd rather
I
play-
personally bought the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, and I've played pretty much all of them, and I didn't
Right.
see nothing wrong with it. It felt like I was sitting there, like I was
Playing it back
14,
in the day.
15 or something with my PS2, just killing people.
As long as they keep all the controls and the basic mechanics the same, they just up graphics, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I don't care about that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too, but I'd prefer to play an HD version of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I mean, I like the HD versions of games, but the one thing that I do kind of draw the line at is when they make an HD version of a game that's, I mean, not gonna say like new, but still relatively new, that came out within like the last how many years. Like, I mean, the Wind Waker HD is awesome, but was it really necessary? Because it's not that old of a game. I'd rather them make HD versions of games that you can't really find anymore than something that's still out there and you could get.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that too, because there's a bunch of games that are good that don't have like HD collections. Like I can think of one on top of my head. There's just a lot of stuff out there that a lot of people like. Like, all right, like Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the most popular games ever.
There is actually a remake of that on PC now.
But
What'd you
it's
say?
not a remake.
Well, not a remake. It's it's a port or whatever. But it does
Yeah.
have like better graphics, I think.
Yeah, it actually came out around the same time the PlayStation version did.
Did it?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What?
Huh? I
That's
thought
crazy.
I saw like it was a big deal that they just like released a new.
No, they just released it to download on I think it was Steam,
So that's why.
like late last year or something like that. But yeah, you could buy it for PC like way back in the day.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I just got my mind blown pretty much.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that just like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say now.
Time out. I want to know. I couldn't hear.
That's stupid,
Poor
David.
David.
Yeah, I want my mind blown of my mind.
Yep.
Silly David. Tricks are
Doesn't
for
matter.
kids.
Nah, I want my mind.
They do need to remake that game.
Wait,
Like do a total remake of it, just like they did with
They just got minds.
Oh my god, dude.
Curiosity.
All they
David.
said was they made a Final
Something
Fantasy
mind-blowing.
VII remake, but it was like for the computer, and it came out pretty much the same time the other one did. That was it. Like, we were just like, wait, it came out that long ago? Oh my god, my mind.
Yeah.
It's not very mind blowing.
If you would have heard it how we heard it,
Yeah.
just stay out of our conversation.
Oh,
Just kidding.
yeah.
But seriously.
I think an actual like complete box copy of the PC version costs more than is actually worth more than the version on the PlayStation
Ah,
because it's harder to find.
I see, I see.
Now I'm kind of curious.
Oh, looking it up now, huh?
Yep.
We
It came
are
in like a
Googling
weird
stuff
shaped
right
box.
Oh,
I think,
and
too.
Tyler says, sup, I couldn't play ball.
Laughed my ass
LMAO.
off.
Yeah. So
Why?
that's what he said.
why?
Yeah. David ponders why.
Why?
And
He-
he's putting
he had
way
his
too
kid,
much
probably.
emphasis
Sorry,
on the H.
LFFAO.
Ah. Oh man.
So David said why with too much emphasis
Yeah,
on the
no,
H
they-
again.
Yep.
And congratulations as well.
Okay, according to Amazon, for Final Fantasy VII on PC, a new one, there's one that's for $275 and one that's for $500.
What?
Oh my god, dude! What is
Nice.
wrong with Amazon lately? Their prices are so outrageous.
That was like
Well,
back
this
in the
is
day.
from like the deals where it's like a different seller other than them that just goes through Amazon. It's like two of those.
Question about
Right.
the foreign games on.
Like that, yeah. That reminded me of the time that I went on Amazon. I went to go look for Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1, okay? And I find it, but it's like $1,000 DVD.
What?
$1,000. I was like, no thanks. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1, Amazon,
For
$1,000. This was probably like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, it was
Well
nice.
then.
But now it's actually like, a normal price.
That's
Yeah, he said
because
he
it
had
was
his
out
daughter,
of
he
print
wanted to
for
watch
so long, right?
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Say again, Gary, we talking to this?
That's because it was out of print for quite a while, right?
Yeah, they finally just now released a newer version. Like some of them aren't even out yet. Like some of the seasons or whatever. They have like season
Right.
1 and 2 out, but they don't have like 3 and 4. So it's like coming in May or whatever on Amazon. I was like, oh snap! I gotta buy these because I've been waiting on this.
I heard that movie, The King of Kong, is out of print now too.
What, King Kong?
King of Kong.
Oh, the
King of
fistful
Kong.
of coins or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like see if they still have it for pretty cheap and order it.
Who was it that just got that? Was it Michael B. who just got that from his wife?
Yeah.
For a present? Yeah.
She just got it from him. That's where I heard it from. He said that it was out of print right now. So I guess grab one while you can before people start trying to sell them for
Yeah,
quite a bit
I might
once
have
all
to.
of the copies are gone.
Man, it's supply and demand though, dude. Supply and demand, that's how you make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Should I change the topic? What's our next topic going to be?
And then everyone goes quiet.
So we just did the one topic so far, right?
Well,
we've
I've changed
done
it to 2.
Two.
Yeah, we've done 2 already.
Okay.
We did download games versus hard copies, and then HD remakes. Like, are they good or bad?
Okay.
And those are just off the top of the head. I don't I don't know.
I'll ask one of my topics. Gary, I know does not like Assassin's Creed. Dylan, do you like Assassin's Creed?
I've only played the first one and I didn't like it because it was repetitive, but I did hear the other ones got better. So I don't really have an opinion.
That's the same with me. Same way with me.
I
dude.
thought the same thing, that it was pretty repetitive, and I didn't get past the first one. I didn't even make it to the end.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask this to who's ever watching this right now, while we talk. Which time frame would you like to see the next Assassin's Creed game made in?
Well,
Because
Caveman times.
caveman times.
Ride the dinosaurs.
Well, I know the basic, like, you know, the way the games work or whatever, like the main plot and
they've
stuff.
gone to the Middle East,
So you can't really go backwards.
Rome,
We'd have to go forward.
Italy. Yeah, because they've gone forwards. Well,
The last one was basically like, what, 1700s?
yeah.
So the next one would have to be...
the third one was like in... the third one was the Revolutionary War. The latest one was like before that, so it was like the before story.
Okay. So I would say that just because of the timeline, it would obviously have to be one of the World War type things, but then that would be stupid as crap because he would like it would basically be another Call of Duty because
honestly, they don't have to go like right into the World Wars, which by the way you're like 200 years off.
I mean, it's gonna escalate to some kind of war. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be whatever.
Well, honestly, the time frame that I like to see them, the time frame that I like to see them do, is, and a lot of people have been telling Ubisoft to, let's please make this in this time frame. I would love to see a Assassin's Creed done in feudal Japan. That would be awesome.
I knew you were gonna say something about that. Like, I don't know how I guessed
That would
it,
be pretty awesome.
but I mean, because the first one was based in like what Saudi Arabia type of.
The Middle
No,
East
it was
during the
in
Crusades.
like the Holy Land area.
Like Jerusalem.
Like all that stuff.
And then
I don't
the
really
second
remember.
one was during the Italian Renaissance, so was Brotherhood, and then Revelations was during the Byzantine Empire, and then the third one was done about the Revolutionary War, and then the recent one, Black Flag, which is probably my favorite, was done in the golden age of piracy, which was like 1716 to 1722.
See, like actually looks pretty good. I'll probably eventually get that.
Huh?
Good old-
Just because they made it different, you know, with like the ship to ship combat and all that good stuff.
No. The game that you cannot get here.
Oh, I don't remember the
Hello?
name. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry,
We're just
we're trying to talk.
Joe's talking.
Okay,
to
you
David.
guys. Yeah, you guys are cutting out.
You said it was F something?
It was like 13. Okay, here.
But anyways, no, we should be good. Like nothing.
Can you hear us?
Every so often it blanks out on me.
It was like something.
Oh,
Says our connection's fine.
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
like
Did you hear what I said about Black Flag, that I'd probably eventually get it?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
heard
know.
you.
yeah.
It seemed like it blanked out.
I think that was just everyone stopped talking.
Yeah, we just all stopped.
No, like I couldn't hear anything, and then when it came back on, Joe was like in the middle of saying something. So
Yeah.
Maybe it was your internet, Gary.
No, but
probably.
but the way that Assassin's Creed is going now, I would love to see it in feudal Japan. That would be pretty tight.
Like a ninja. He could be a ninja assassin.
Well, that's what ninjas were, sir. Were assassins.
I know, but instead of being like the assassins that we think of the game,
They're ninjas.
You
Be a
know what
ninja.
I'd like to see?
What?
An Assassin's Creed game that would interest me would be set like in Mexico when the Spaniards were like trying to take over.
like
Like
Aztec.
the Aztec, yeah, the Aztecs.
That'd
That'd
be
be pretty
interesting.
cool.
That would be interesting. I never thought of that because they just came out with an announcement a couple weeks ago that basically said, "Oh, yes, we're doing a new Assassin's Creed. It's going to be out in October, but they still haven't mentioned the like what time frame it is." And then the person that was doing it, who also happened to be a woman, said that, "Oh, it's during her favorite time frame," and I'm just like, this can't be good."
What time frame is that? Dinner time?
Assassin's Creed: The Kitchen Wars.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm so sorry.
But
No,
like
he's
I
not.
said,
Assassin's Creed sandwiches.
Assassin's
Oh,
Creed
man.
sandwiches. But like I said, there's been a lot of talk on the internet, like, and the top ones people want to see are feudal Japan, ancient Egypt, and World War II. Because hey, killing Nazis never gets old.
Apparently. And then they become zombies and you still kill them. All about Call of Duty.
Which brings us to our next.
No,
rant.
we're not talking about Call of Duty. Ever.
I never want to talk about that games ever.
Oh man.
Freaking kids when they're camping, like totally just killing games.
I actually like the first Call of Duty game.
Oh wait, you should change the topic to reasons why we're not talking about Call of Duty.
Or we can just move on to another topic so he doesn't start ranting.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, Dylan, go ahead. What's the topic you got?
All right. This one probably. I don't know if it would generate a lot of discussion. I'm more just kind of a point of interest. And I'm not gonna ask to pick like just one because that might be impossible. But of the games that are coming out, say this in the next year, what ones are you most looking forward to and why?
Oh man. Can I get a list?
Go for it.
Can I?
Whatever you want to.
Let's see. Games.
I'm pretty psyched for the new Assassin's Creed, but the game I'm most psyched for is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Oh, I got it. I know mine. Super Smash Brothers.
I figured
Nice.
you'd say that.
What was the question?
Super Smash Brothers.
Like I said, you don't have to
5000.
pick just one either.
He's,
If there's
he,
like
asked,
multiple that you're like looking forward to.
he asked us what game we're looking forward to, or games we're looking forward to in 2014, or like the next year coming up. But yeah, Super Smash Brothers.
More so than Halo?
I don't think Halo 5's coming out this year.
Oh, is it not?
I don't know when it's coming out. They haven't made any kind of announcement.
I'm looking forward to Bayonetta 2 and Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 does look pretty cool. And also, like, I know some of them are kind of self-explanatory, but if you would want to go into a little bit, like, why you're looking forward to those over, like, other games. Just for the people who might be watching who don't know that, you know, like, Austin's a huge Smash Brothers fan or something.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll start
Right.
with mine. Like, Smash Brothers, I remember renting the first one for the N64 and playing the crap out of it. I mean, like, all the time. Like, having my mom re-rent it all the time for me. So, you know, I played it a lot as I was younger. I even had a tournament for one of my birthdays for that game. And then when Melee came out, it just, you know, changed everything because it basically became the greatest fighting game besides Street Fighter 2, probably in my opinion. And the tournaments for it are still going on to this day. Me and Dylan have a team, you know, that we go to tournaments to play in and stuff. And I mean, it's just been like a cultural type thing for us. Like, it's just, it's always been a part of our life. And then when Brawl came out, we were so disappointed because it sucked. And then we hacked our Wiis and played Brawl Minus like no other. And then we were like, man, you know, I can't wait for another one if they do come out with another one. Then they finally announced it, and then it had all the hype with like Mega Man. We were like, oh my god, Mega Man, you know, just freaking out. And so we're like, man, we really hope that, you know, it's going to be just as good as Melee was, or like somewhere at least in between Melee and Brawl, and not Brawl-esque, you know. And so that's why I'm looking forward to it, just to see. I just want to see if it's going to be good or not. And because I'm such a huge Smash fanatic, that's why I want it. So that's pretty much my spiel.
I guess I'll go next if nobody has any objections.
Go for it.
Objection!
Shut up, David. the reason why, like, I'm just gonna do Assassin's Creed first. Like, the first game I got when I got the PlayStation 3 was Assassin's Creed, the first one. And ever since then, I've played all of them, and I'm a big history nerd. Like, that's about the only thing I passed in school was history. Because, I mean, it's something that I really know about. It's something I like in general, and it's kind of cool to be like, oh, I wonder how such and such looked at this time period, or what did this city look like? How did, and to me, that's pretty cool. And then, thanks to Ubisoft, you can kind of get a glimpse of what it was like in the past. And I think so. I'm like, oh, so that's why I'm psyched to see what the next timeline is, and and also because they keep improving it, they keep adding new stuff in. As long as they do not mess with the counter system again, Ubisoft, if you're listening, if you mess with the counter system again, I will find you and Joe Yukin the crap out of you. No counter system mess with.
And then what was the other game you said?
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, of course. That game does look really good. Just the graphics, anyways.
Oh no! And the best thing is, it is the first free world game.
Oh, it's open world.
Yeah, the first open world game in Metal Gear Solid.
See, I didn't know that. That's gonna be kind of cool.
And the cool thing is, with every game, they keep adding something in. Like with 3, which is my favorite, Snake Eater, they added in. Oh, you're in this jungle. Okay, you have camouflage. Oh, okay, and you have face paint. Well, you can hide here, and they had a camo meter. It'll be like, oh, this will go to 80, 90, and then you're concealed. And that's always cool. And then you can kill animals for hunting. You can eat, so it gives you stamina. In 4, they did that, except with the suit that Solid Snake was wearing. It was kind of like like with nano machines or something, with nanotechnology. So if you pressed up against a wall, your suit would instantly become the color of the wall.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
so they just keep adding stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, they do. And now it's like with the free world thing, you can actually use more vehicles. I heard you can ride on horseback and all that. And also the main character is Big Boss, and Big Boss is he's awesome. But yeah, and like I said, with every game they keep going forward and adding more stuff and adding, so it never gets old. Like the game series that will not be named.
Call of Duty.
I hate you, David.
Great, you summoned him. You can't say
you
that.
Summoned it,
dude.
Which one are you looking forward to, Dylan?
Yeah.
There are 3 main ones that I'm looking forward to, and they're all coming out fairly soon, which is gonna be awesome for me, but not for my wallet. The first one, which I think is one that's coming out the soonest, is Watch Dogs. Just because I really like open world games, and just the concept of this is really badass, where you get to hack into anything and control thing. And I just like the whole concept, and after the whole NSA revelation thing, this game has really just become oh shit, this could actually happen, which makes it even more awesome. But other than just the basic concept, everything about it just looks incredible. The graphics are beautiful, the city is awesome, the AI for the way that they actually interact with each other is incredible. So really looking forward to that one. The second one I'm really looking forward to, which I just found out about this one fairly recently, is Alien Isolation, and it looks amazing.
I've seen the trailers for that. It looks really good.
Dude, it looks terrifying. Because I love the first Alien movie. It's my favorite of them. The second one was really good too, but the first one was my favorite. And this game looks like it just captures that feel so perfectly, and it is just terrifying looking. So it'll be a lot of fun and just beautiful. The mood, the lighting, just everything is great.
And it was called what again? Because I need to look this up.
Alien Isolation. Hold on, I can link you an article that I was reading earlier.
Austin has never seen an Alien movie.
Andy Samberg.
Oh god.
And he was pretending to be Mark Wahlberg.
He needs to remedy that.
So
yep.
Hey, I'm Mark Wahlberg. I'm on top of animals. And he goes, hey, Goat, how you doing? Doing good?
Yeah,
Say hi to your mother.
the third one that I'm really looking forward to is another one I just found out fairly recently. It's called Evolve. and it's made by the same
Mark Wahlberg heard about
development
it,
team that made the
and
Left 4
he
Dead
got
games.
pissed off. He actually
And it's
like,
based.
kinda
It's a
started
really cool
doing it
concept. It's like,
because they were interviewing for Max Payne movie.
what's Joseph's talking about?
I don't even know. Like, they can hear you, Joe.
Yeah, he's like interrupting.
Yeah.
Well, see, he had his hand over the mic, but it was.
Yeah, it's still picking him up
Yep.
really clear.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
All right, but the third one is Evolve, and it's made by the same developers that did the Left 4 Dead games, Turtle Rock Studios, and it's a really cool concept. I think it's multiplayer only, just based on what the concept is. It's 4 players on a team. There's 4 different classes that you can choose from. I don't remember all of them right off the top of my head, but each class has to be filled. So there's 4 players on one team that are like the humans, and there's one person on the other team that's the monster. And there's going to be multiple different classes and types of monsters when it's released. They only shown one so far, and it's basically like a huge game of cat and mouse, where it starts off with the monsters being pretty weak because it has 3 stages of evolution it can go through, and early on it just has to sneak around and kill other like indigenous species and then eat them and evolve. And then by the time it gets to like the 3rd evolution, you can just run in and just slaughter everything. So it's like it turns from like a game of cat and mouse where you're hiding as the monster to just going balls to the wall, killing everything.
What was that one that you played, Dylan, that I saw you play? It was like dinosaurs, and like you could choose.
Primal Carnage?
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's probably it.
That game is awesome too. But yeah, Evolve looks super cool. There's not like a whole lot of stuff out about it yet because it's still it's coming out in fall of this year though. So there's probably going to be a lot more stuff pretty soon. But I saw some gameplay footage of it and it looks really fun. So looking forward to that one too. What about you, Gary?
Well, I haven't played Bayonetta yet, but when I saw the trailer for Bayonetta 2, and I have been wanting to play the first one, I'm eventually going to one of these days. But it just looks really cool. And plus, it's made by Sega, so. And Platinum Games, which they make really good games. I also want to get, what is it? The Wonderful 101. They made that also for the Wii U. Want to try that out, but it's already came out. Mario Kart 8 just looks really cool. Like, I want to see how the new like hover mechanic works. Like, I don't know if y'all have seen that or not
Talking
yet.
about the gliders like they did on 7 for the DS.
No, like the tires on the cars.
That
So,
hover,
like,
okay.
yeah, I wonder how that's gonna work.
Oh, I forgot to. If Gary's done, I forgot to add something about the Phantom Pain. They're using an entirely new graphic system. It's called the Fox Engine.
Oh yeah.
And it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great. Like, if you have not seen it, definitely look it up.
It's like Frostbite 3. It looked amazing when it came out.
But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I really don't like have any spectacular reasons why I'm looking forward to them. Like, I'm kind of bummed out about this generation of consoles because I'm not really interested in the PS4 or Xbox One. There's nothing that makes me want to buy them right now.
Well,
but there's only those couple of Wii U games that I've really been wanting to get.
Donkey Kong Country Returns, Tropical Freeze. I gotta get it.
Yeah, I still gotta get that too.
Well, Gary, like with the Xbox One and PS4 just came out, so you gotta give it a little bit of time.
Oh, they've been out for a little while now. They're kind of running into the same problem that the Wii U did. Like,
yeah, there's not enough exclusives for any of them right now to make getting one worth it over the other.
Right.
And,
like, Titanfall for the Xbox One looked cool, but I'm not really into online gaming.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying it's nothing special.
Oh, I've been playing it a lot the last couple of days because I just bought it yesterday. It is really fun. It's way more fast-paced than like any other FPS I've played in a long time, because there's always something to do. Because at first I didn't really like it. They have a bunch of AI grunts running around, basically, that are pretty stupid, but they really do keep it interesting, where you always have something to be doing, either killing those to try to get points to level up and get other unlocks, or just decrease the cooldown until you can get your next Titan. And there's the addition of like the parkour stuff to it just makes it adds a whole other level that you don't get in FPS games where usually all you can do is jump over tiny barriers or something. When you can just like run up and wall run 5 times in a row and get up to the top of like this really tall area or something, it makes it a lot more interesting, a lot more fast paced, I think. So I personally like it, but again,
Gary's
it is an
definitely
FPS.
not a competitive gamer, at all.
No, he's not at all. But
I mean,
Right.
but
you can.
Yeah, I prefer the single player experience.
but then also like I can kind of see Gary's side, because the one thing that I hate, and I mean hate more than anything, is playing online and then all of a sudden you hear some little scratchy freaking voice going, I don't need school. I'm good at Call of Duty, so I'm going to join the army.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
See, I think that's what will be good about playing online, at least on the Wii U, is because that whole Call of Duty crowd will be on
The other console.
PS4 and Xbox One. They won't be on Wii U.
Yeah, but
It'll be probably more mature people playing games like that online.
Which is funny because most people think Nintendo's like a kid's console, but
Right.
it's like all the old people playing it, like us.
Right.
dude,
Yes.
would you quit reminding me that I'm 5 years away from 30?
You just did that yourself. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
Gary's
I don't
like
play
5 years away from,
Dude.
senior citizen buffet night, so what are you
I'm
talking
5
about?
Next month, I'll be 5 years away from 50.
There you go, see?
Yeah, but I want to be 30.
That's funny. I'm just kidding, Gary.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Dude, wait, and speaking of senior citizens, did
Yeah, your mom?
and speaking of senior citizens menus,
Joe's mom's always open for buffet night.
Oh, God. Here we go. It begins.
got him started.
Oh, man.
Speaking of senior citizen buffet night,
I'm late. I gotta get going, you guys.
sorry, Joe.
No, you're not. You're laughing, you douchebag.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's just get back to talking about games and crap and not my mother.
Oh, my gosh. I'm like crying. Like,
Like, cried, like Clannad cried, or just cried,
no,
like,
not
laughing
No,
cry?
nothing is worse than Clannad crying. I gotta grab me something to drink.
Okay.
Continue.
Clannad.
All right. Anyone else have a
Sounds so
topic?
manly.
No,
Like I got a couple others if no one else has any, but figure give someone
I-
else.
Go ahead.
oh,
Go
wait.
ahead.
All right. I feel like this one might be kind of interesting. What is a game or type of game that you are horrible at, but you still love to play anyway?
Hold on. All right. Austin's back here. I have to repeat that, sir.
Okay.
Was it a question for me?
Yeah.
No,
well,
it's
just
really
a new topic.
Yeah.
What's a game or genre of game that you're absolutely horrible at, but still love to play?
I'm terrible at role-playing games. Like Skyrim, I suck at it, but I love playing it.
I kind of have to ask a question. How do you suck at role-playing games? You can do whatever you want.
That's true.
Well,
Like there's no point other than just to do what you want. So it's like
yeah,
I don't know.
but like
Talking about just like the main quest or something? Like
No,
dying
like-
a lot or.
no, like the combat system. Like it's like you have to. It's like you can't just go in there with one massive sword and just. It's like and then hit some like 5'4" freaking mini-me looking dude with a 10-foot sword, and then it's like boom. This did little effect because he had this kind of armor on. And it's like, what? I just hit Mini-Me with a 10-foot sword. And then you have to just swing again and swing again and swing again and swing again.
And then you die.
Yeah, and then you die because Mini-Me had like this spell where he grew 10 feet taller than you and then stomped on you and killed you in one hit. And that's why I suck at role-playing games, because I can never get the combat system down.
Well, you're not supposed to go into a higher level area if you're not leveled up.
Well, games like Skyrim, though, enemies progress and level along with you, so it never gets too easy.
Well, I thought they changed that in Skyrim. I know it was that way in Oblivion.
They made it less of a progression, I think, but they do still level up with you. At least in some areas they do, in some enemy types. Not all of them do. I think bandits are always like about the same, but there are some areas and some enemies that do. Like the higher level you are, they don't keep up with you like one for one, but they do scale a little bit.
Okay.
And also, like, the funny part about it was, like, pretty much for my entire gaming life, I have tried to avoid playing role-playing games with, like, a 10-foot pole, you know, and then finally it's like I got so many people telling me about Skyrim, it's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to buy it. So I went to the pawn shop and bought it for, like, $6. No, wait, it was $10. It was $10. Got it home, played for 3 hours, and I was just completely hooked. And it's like, even though I suck at the game, I still like playing it.
Yeah, it was like super fun. I say was just because I played it so much, I got burnt out on it. But yeah, it was definitely one of those games that when you first play it, it's like, holy crap, this is amazing.
Oh, dude!
I hope I didn't need to get anything done this week.
Yeah, pretty much. Tune in next week where Joe is still on the same thing, trying to level up his mage to sorcerer. But
what about the rest of you guys? What are some games that you love but suck at?
Gary's mom.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys got? Because, like, for me, I really can't.
Good at everything.
No, see, no, I wasn't gonna say that.
Sorry.
I'm not that much of a douche. I was gonna say that the genre
of game
I suck at is fighting games. Like 2D fighting games, Street Fighters, Mortal Kombats, Soul Calibers, any of those, any kind of game like that. I suck at those.
But you like
and I don't really like to play those either. So I don't have a game that I suck at that I still like. Like most of the games I'm just okay at, like.
Yeah. So basically you're saying that if you're not good at a game, it immediately makes you dislike it.
Not
pretty much.
That's what it sounds like.
Said.
That's what it sounds like, but no, just because that's pretty much the only genre I don't really like. Any other genre I like. I mean, you name it, and I pretty much like it. I like, RPGs. I like FPS. I like rhythm games. It's just whatever. But the only one I really don't like is fighting games, and I also suck at them. So.
Smash Brothers being like the only exception.
See, that's that's not a true like.
Well, it's still considered a fighting game.
Yeah,
Whoa.
It's very different.
Yeah, it is very different, but it still is like
that's like the only exception.
The one exception.
Yep.
Or technically 3 exceptions. But.
Ooh, yeah.
I know a fighting game that you'd like, Austin.
I think like Soul Calibur.
Punch Out. Because it's a fighting game. It is a fighting game.
Is awesome.
It's a fighting. I said 2D, dude. Like it's like you're more like 3D.
It is 2D.
Because you're like
the original Punch
you're
Out.
like third person.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
You're like third person, transparent. You're like punching.
One.
It's still 2D. I'm not talking about the Wii version, although it is really
He's talking
fun.
about the
I'm just
original
not gonna
Punch
argue.
Out. The original Punch Out.
But it's like you're playing a fighting game, but it's a rhythm game also.
Yeah, I played that one Wii one, and it was fine. I liked that, but that's like totally different.
Yeah.
Than having to like, memorize. Oh, let me hit like back, down, left, up, right, A, B, start, whatever, just to do one move that I need. Like, I can just hit a button on that.
Okay, here's one game that I suck at, but I love playing. Rock Band and Guitar Hero. I suck at them. I'm still on easy, and I still screw up on easy. But, hey, it's cool because like I'm sitting there and I've got and if you're sitting there with your buddies, you got a guitar controller and you're rocking out to something.
I mean, at least you get to hear
awesome
cool music.
Yeah,
when
like
you're doing
cool
it,
music.
So
I mean, it's not like you're sitting there singing Phil Collins
Hear
melodies.
Ricky screaming in your face, you know.
Yeah.
That's always cool too.
Build
Summoning Satan and whatever else. Well, what do you guys got? What are your games?
One game that I love playing, even though I'm terrible at it, to the point where I can still lose to computers on it a lot of the time, is the Blaze Blue series. Like,
Yeah.
they're super fun, but holy crap, I might be better at it if it would just let me use the same character the whole time. When playing through the story and having to use everyone, it's like, I don't know how to use this person. Let me just get my ass kicked 10 times in a row, then get lucky when I finally win.
Oh,
It's like, that happens to me so many times. Because it's like, oh, I've never used this person before. I wonder if they're good. No, they're not.
Because, yeah, I know you like fighting games. You like the genre I don't. So, I know
well,
you like games like that.
I'm not like a huge fan of it because most fighting games, I'm kind of with you. I don't like most of them, but there are a few series. I love the Soul Calibur series. I love the Blaze Blue series, the Smash Brothers series, and to an extent, I like Mortal Kombat. I like the newest one. It was pretty fun, but those are like the only fighting game series I've ever played and actually really liked.
What was the one that you used to play all the time on the 360 with Tyler? Like with, was it Dead or Alive? With Yoda?
Dead or Alive? Oh yeah, wait, with Yoda.
Wasn't he on there?
That was Soul Calibur.
Was that Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Soul Calibur.
See, I don't
4?
even know because I don't pay attention to that genre.
Well, yeah, because I like the Soul Calibur, like that year. I remember on one system it was Yoda, and then on another
Vader,
system
right?
it was Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And The
But, yeah,
Apprentice,
uh,
right?
I wish I was better at some fighting games. Like, I really want to get better at the Blaze Blue games because they're so fun. I just before I just didn't really have the patience to get good at those kind of games because it's a lot of just memorizing combos and that way you can like just bust them out at a moment's notice. And now it's like I don't really have the time. It's like working full-time job, then getting back, having to make dinner, do chores, whatever. It's like, well, I only have so much time that I can actually play games, and I'd rather play some that I enjoy and I'm good at than having to just like put work into getting good at this one game.
That's understandable.
Yeah. I can understand that one.
Plus, I love that game just because the soundtrack is so freaking badass. Like, I literally have all of the Blaze Blue soundtracks, and I just listen to them as I work all day. It's awesome.
I do that a lot too with just video game soundtracks.
Dude, video game soundtracks are the perfect soundtracks to work to because a lot of that music was designed to just be kind of like background noise that you don't really focus on, but still be awesome.
Yep.
So it's like it lets you work while also listening to awesome stuff. So, best thing for work is video game music.
If you have a boss that'll actually let you listen to music.
When you work at a place like I do with a bunch of other nerds,
So the same bosses that let me listen to music.
Oh yeah.
And me.
Yeah, like, and talk on the phone.
Everyone at Mazio's could listen to music except Joe and Matt.
The work ethic.
Like I could do it,
Okay.
David could do it. He wouldn't say a word.
Can we
Joe,
not
as soon as he
talk
puts it in his ear,
like-
no, get it out.
Alright, well. Alright, Gary, what's a game that you love but suck at?
Well, I pretty much kind of suck at first-person shooters,
And that's not
but I still like to play them. Like, even Austin has said that, like, when he sees me play a game, like a first-person shooter,
I cringe. I'm like, oh god, please
says I
do
play it
something.
completely different than he
Yeah.
does. Because I kind of go through like the areas like real slow.
No, it's not even that. Like, I don't, like, it's like he changes his style. And it'll be like every 5 minutes he's doing something different. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, he'll be like, taking it super slow. And then the next second he's like guns blazing. And I'm like, dude, pick a style. Like, I'm just like freaking out in my mind. But anyways, go ahead.
I mostly like to play single player because I'm terrible at multiplayer first person shooters. Like, I don't last very long whatsoever.
I'm so sorry.
So I just don't even.
That you
play
don't last
on
very long,
thing.
Gary.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but I still enjoy them. Like Half-Life 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. So, and it's a first-person shooter. And I'm pretty terrible at Rock Band and Guitar Hero also.
Those games
But-
take a lot of practice,
Yeah,
though,
they
to get
do,
good
but
at it.
it's so much fun
You
to
cannot
play.
pick up that game and be good at it.
Yeah.
They're
But-
kind of fun, but I don't really like to go back and play them that often.
Right here.
Like, it's okay with like a big group of people, but I'm not gonna sit there and play it by myself.
like somebody else we know.
Yeah, Dylan.
I was not
I
talking
got
about
tired of the,
Dylan.
rock band, the Guitar style games like way before I ever got to
Yeah,
Rock
I know.
Band.
I know.
I think everyone has already gotten tired of the rhythm-based games.
Except for
Yeah,
me
they
and Blake.
had like that explosive run for like a few years, then everyone's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Remember me and Tyler used to play
There's-
GH2 all the time. Dude, what, Gary? What'd you just say?
He's talking crap
Said
on
you
you.
still care, right?
Hey, don't make fun of me. I hate you guys. I'm leaving.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep,
Gary
yep.
has ruined the podcast. Good
Yep.
night.
God. No, I don't care about it nearly as much as I used to. But anytime that Blake wants to play, I'm all for it. And we play, I don't know, not maybe like once, one weekend, like a month or something like that. It's
Really?
fun. I mean, it's fun to play just because I have an actual electronic drum set that I can attach to the game and, like, basically practice playing real drums, which is cool. So
Right.
And what would make Guitar Hero and Rock Band better is if they taught you how to play an actual guitar instead of red, green, white.
Well,
Rocksmith
Yeah.
They do in Rock Band 3
with the
if
Pro.
you buy the super
Yeah.
crazy expensive guitar.
Exactly.
controller.
It's
Blake
like,
has
hey,
that.
we will teach you how to do this, but you have to pay $399.99 for this crazy expensive guitar plus $14.99 shipping.
And the
Is that
game.
how much that 90-day thing is?
What?
Learn how to play the guitar game?
No,
that we were talking about Rock Band
I'm
3's
just going
Pro
off on-
controller.
on joke. Sorry.
Rocksmith, like, you can buy the game with an actual guitar. Like, the way it works is you actually buy, like, a real guitar. You can use any guitar, really, and then you plug in the, what's that cord called?
Yeah, it comes with a thing, right?
like the
it comes with
7/8
the
or whatever. Cord.
Adapter.
Yeah, and then you just attach it to your system, and there you go.
Sweet.
But, I don't know.
I feel like that'd be the most frustrating game ever.
Yeah, I've seen people play that. Even people who are, like, good at real guitar, and, like, it looks super confusing. Like, the way it is on the screen, like, the way the notes or whatever come down, it's really hard to even follow watching it. I'm like, what is happening? Like, let alone trying to watch it and play whatever it's telling you to play. Dead air.
And then it gets quiet. That means it's time for a new topic.
Yeah.
New,
Okay, I got
new,
one.
new
I've got like two
topic.
different ones. All right, I'll do this one first. This will probably be a short quickie. So, if Nintendo tomorrow was like, "Hey, we're only going to keep one franchise, and everything else we're not making games for anymore," what one franchise do you want them to keep making games for?
Zelda, hands down.
Zelda. Definitely Zelda.
Call of Duty. Screw you, David.
How dare you?
I would have to say Zelda also.
Grand Theft Auto.
Wow, so everybody's going to say Zelda, huh? Because I'm going to say Zelda also.
Alright, no, I'm saying Grand
Sorry,
Theft Auto.
Mario. You're just not cool
No.
enough.
Thinking about
Because
Nintendo is only going to make one franchise ever.
Yeah, like if they can only make
They
one
would
series ever,
choose Mario
like, if they said we're gonna stop making
over Zelda.
I feel like that would be a terrible idea.
what would
Oh, Mario's their mascot. He's like their cash cow.
But, man, Zelda's so much better.
Yeah, but
True.
look at all of the Mario games that come out, and then look how many Zelda games come out.
Yeah, but look how
yeah, but
crappy
look how many more.
those Mario
Yeah, they-
games are
yeah.
compared.
They make a lot more money off of Mario than they do Zelda.
Yeah, but look at how many Mario games suck.
No.
No.
Like-
What do you?
Oh no no.
Like those
no.
Mario Brothers Wii and Mario Brothers Wii U, like those aren't great to me.
I
Like
like them.
they're okay,
Well,
but they're
the
not.
thing is, the exact same as the old Mario games, just with a new coat of paint. Is basically all
Yeah,
they are.
at least with Zelda, you get something new, like a new story. You get like a whole lot of hours. Like I don't know.
I don't know. I'm a big Mario fan. I love Mario games.
I mean,
so.
geez,
Like
Nintendo.
the last innovative Mario game they made was Super Mario Galaxy. What did they do? They immediately made another one that was exactly the same.
So it's like the game
3D
series
World.
so it's like the game series
Oh,
we
Oh
won't
yeah,
mention,
3D World.
I have 3D World, and I think it's really good.
even though you
I
still
don't, know,
said
don't get me
Zelda.
wrong. I like Mario games, but just compared to other well, I can't say compared to other franchises because all franchises are doing this, but they just, like I said, it's pretty much the exact same game, just fresh coat of paint and maybe one or two like new abilities or something. That's all it really is anymore. That's what it is for most franchises, though, I guess. But I don't know.
3D World's really good though. It's different than a 2D Mario game and a 3D Mario game. It's like its own genre.
Wait, hold on.
It's a
are you
4D
making-
Mario game.
It's like you're playing a 3D Mario game, but
Kinda funny
some
that
of
you
it's
said
like
Zelda
in
makes
like
me think of
2.5D.
Mario.
I guess is what you'd call it. But it feels different than a regular Mario game.
I like the fact that when it comes to Zelda, like you were saying, Dylan, with pretty much every franchise, they take the same game and make slight variations.
Which is
That's why I
what
really
Activision's
liked.
fan was for Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It's like, let's take the same game and just add
that's just DLC.
one new thing
That's
to
just, but with Zelda, I really liked where they went with Skyward Sword with the whole motion controls. Even though it was like a lot of people, like Joe here, hated it, and like a majority of the casual fans probably didn't like it just because it was quote unquote too hard. Just to use the Wiimote like that, I thought it was
yeah.
really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, wait.
like-
Can I just elaborate on this? I did not hate Skyward Sword. I loved Skyward Sword while I was playing it. I just do not like motion controls, and that goes for any game. Like to me, the Kinect is useless. PlayStation Move is useless.
So Joe, when you played Skyward Sword, where did you play it at?
I played it on my mom's Wii because she has.
Does she have a regular Wiimote or a Wii Motion Plus remote?
You can't even
has
play the
the-
game without
She
Wii Motion
has
Plus.
the
dude.
Wiimote.
Like it won't let you unless you have Wii Motion Plus.
Does it not? Okay.
It tells you to like plug it in, like if you don't have it plugged in or whatever. If it's like one of the ones you have to plug in.
Because I thought maybe it would work, but just be like the controls would
Crappy.
be crappy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it tells you because I've done that before. Like I tried it one time and it was just
Yeah.
like plug in your Wii Motion Plus, whatever. Oh, yep, yada, and I was like,
So,
okay.
what did you not like about the controls, Joe? Like,
I mean, the game was awesome. Just I still haven't beat it yet, which I need to go play. But right now I'm kind of in the middle of Batman Arkham Origins. But I just do not like motion controls. Like,
Were they quote unquote too hard to like where you
No.
couldn't kill the enemies and
No,
stuff? Like it was.
no, they weren't. That was easy. It's just I didn't be. Okay, I'm just gonna admit it. It's because I'm lazy and I don't want to do the extra effort.
You don't
of
want to
raising
move.
my
Oh
arms
yeah.
and then doing slashing.
hey Joe, like try this. I've found that placement of the sensor bar makes all the difference in some of the motion-based games. If it's not placed in a good spot, it's not going to pick up the remote that well,
The movements.
and the controls are going to be harder.
Yeah. That is one thing.
Like if I put mine on top of my television, since my television sits up kind of high, it doesn't register it all the time, and it's crappy. It has to be below my TV.
Which
And you have
that
to go into the settings and set it to be above or below also.
Which that could be used as an argument that motion controls just aren't advanced enough to really be worth it at this point. If something as simple as having it on top of your TV instead of below it can make the controls suckier,
I know.
that just
Right.
means that they're not really ready to use them yet, honestly.
But
Yeah, because when it's on top of my TV, it's terrible. Like I always have to have it underneath.
my whole
Below
point about
myself.
that though, like we got way into that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, my whole point was just that they tried something different that other franchises don't risk anymore. They don't take
Yeah.
risks. And I was just like glad that Zelda tried that. And there are people like me who really enjoyed it, and
I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like it, even though I'm kind of with Joe. I don't really like motion controls just because I feel like they're not where they need to actually be useful in games or good in games.
Thank you,
But
Dylan.
I still did like Skyward Sword a lot.
See, the Perkinator sides with me.
we've got a
I win.
comment from Mad Waba.
Although, one thing I'm
I
kind
like
of curious
the volleyball,
about.
though.
Yeah. One thing I'm kind of curious about, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, the Leap motion controller. That thing has amazing like motion control. Why can't they get something like that for a game?
Right.
I haven't
What
heard
was
of
it
I
again?
remember
The
like,
Leap
doing,
motion control.
doing stuff with it.
Yeah, because I have a developer kit somewhere. I have never messed with it because I was lazy. But I need to start trying to mess with it some because it's really cool and it's gotten fairly big fairly quickly. So
All right, guys.
I know
hold
there's
on a
one
second.
guy.
I got something.
All right.
Just keep your mind on there, Dylan. But we have a comment from Mad Waba. I actually talked about this earlier at the very, very start of the podcast. Says, this is off the subject, but did you guys see what a documentary film crew dug up today in New Mexico? They went digging for gold, looking for the 500,000 or so Atari ET games.
Yes,
I actually
I saw that.
I saw a picture of that earlier and I had no idea what the hell it was at first. And I was like, oh wait, yeah, they buried all those games.
Yeah, they actually found them.
Yeah. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah,
just saw
they
a picture
found
and there's like a
gold.
tiny picture of this
They
guy
went
holding
digging for
something.
gold, and they found that.
And I couldn't see like what it was he was holding very well because the picture's so small. But then I read like the comments and it's like they found ET. I was like, what? Oh yeah, those games. What the hell?
Oh, hey, good on them. They found crappy gold.
Oh, man.
It's like, it's kind of like Atari went up to Steven Spielberg. It's like, hey, you made a really great movie. Now can I make a really crappy game out of your awesome movie?
Hey, isn't that what they do with every game?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, some.
Transformers.
Oh,
Let's make
Now
a crappy game for it.
Now, how many people are going to go get those cartridges and go on eBay and like sell them
Yep.
as the buried cache of ET games in New Mexico?
Well,
Dirt's
someone's gonna
still
get rich.
intact.
Somebody is definitely going to get rich off of this. And you know what? Good for them. Good for them.
But anyways,
It's kind of like a gaming archaeological find.
yeah, right.
People have like talked about this for years and years.
Look how far gaming's advanced. We already have archaeological digs.
Yeah.
Forget
People had just, like-
forget leather jackets, revolvers, and whips. The new Indiana Jones has a Nintendo shirt and a Mario hat.
Yep. There you go.
Like, people have like talked about this for a long time, and
Yeah.
like they were just saying like it was like an urban legend or whatever,
And I guess they found.
Nope.
Nope.
Right?
Oh man,
They're like,
that's,
"Oh,
yeah, it's
God,
pretty
it's
hilarious
not
that they
selling."
finally found it.
Microsoft actually, I think, funded the dig.
Of course they did.
Like, I don't know
Oh,
why.
Microsoft. Of like all companies, that's one I can actually believe that would be crazy enough to do that.
It's like, hey, let's go looking in the desert for these crappy games that were buried 20 years ago.
We got a bunch of money sitting around. Should we make our products better or go digging for games?
Well, they have a never-ending supply of money, so
Yep. Pretty
they
much.
have enough money to never run out.
And yet a
Done.
lot of their products still suck.
Yep.
Looking at you, Visual Studios. That thing fights me at work
God.
all day, every day.
But yeah, what were you saying, Dylan?
Shit, you told me to remember it, but I
I
lost
know. It was Skyward Sword.
something. I was talking about the Leap motion control. I didn't
Yeah.
really have much else to say. I was just gonna say one of the coolest things I've seen made on it so far is I know you've probably I know you've all seen it. In the Iron Man movies, he has like the 3D images that he can come up and manipulate and stuff.
Oh yeah, I
Someone
remember
made
you-
something kind of like that. It's like a pseudo hologram where it's like still on your monitor, but you can use like the Leap motion control and it'll show your hands on the screen and you can manipulate stuff like Iron Man.
I
in
remember
movie.
that. I remember you showing me that at the
Dude,
comments, or like something
that-
where you could have your fingerprints on like the screen and you were like moving
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, it's badass.
that is the next stage in the evolution of gaming. I
Yep.
think that's where it's going.
Super awesome, realistic porn games.
Brought to you by
Along
Microsoft.
Fine, the Leap motion control with the Oculus
Yep,
Rift.
thanks. There you go.
Brought to you by Microsoft. Because we fund everything.
There you go. Oh man, that's awesome. Let's make it.
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of Oculus Rift, I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's a video of this. There's this setup in a mall somewhere with an Oculus Rift for some roller coaster kind of game. There's a guy standing there, playing, and you could tell he was kind of like messing with his balance a little bit because he was looking around and you could see down in the game, like off the roller coaster, and he was a little wobbly. And then as soon as the roller coaster started to go over the edge and start going down, his friend behind him pushed him, and the guy just flips out.
Oh my god! Why would you do that? Why would you do
Oh my god!
That's
I need to find this now because it's freaking beautiful. But
Oh man!
yeah, the first time I watched it, I was like, "What a jackass!" But I would have been too because it's hilarious.
I think I've seen that video.
I mean, we've all seen
over the computer monitor.
Now.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's the one I've seen.
We've all seen the ones where, they do the roller coaster, and you see the people, about rip the computer / monitor that they're looking at, off the, freaking desk or whatever, just from pure unbalance. But, man, I've never seen anyone shove someone while they're doing it. They usually try and catch them and help them.
Yeah, let me see if I can find
here.
this.
Yeah.
Dude, because, it was great.
It's no, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run up behind him, shove him as hard as I can, and then watch him face plant down a flight of stairs. Now that's fun.
Yep, that's a good
Pretty
friend.
much.
Yeah, it's where is Terry Tate when you need him? All of a sudden, dude shoves you. You know better to be shoving people when they're on the Oculus Rift, bitch.
Calm down, Joe. Calm down.
Simmer down now.
Oh, come on.
You
I'm
killed
not
the
going to be able to
show.
find this now.
You make some mo.
There it is.
So, Austin,
So, Gary.
Topic
Did you-
just random?
did you see the new Wii emotes that they're coming out with?
The Yoshi one is only in Japan or Europe or something like that.
Yeah. And then there's the Princess Peach one.
But I feel like you could still probably get it off Amazon or eBay.
Probably.
But yeah, I'll definitely
Lauren.
try and get those.
As soon as Lauren saw the Princess Peach one, she was like, I want that.
Well, of course.
Immediately.
If only it was an LPS Wiimote.
Right.
That
It's funny because you see those and you're like, I must have them.
Okay.
Did,
There you go. There might be some dead air while you guys watch this, but it's freaking hilarious.
did
I can't see it anyway.
Yeah, where is
yeah, he's
it?
on his phone, so he won't be able to. I will totally save it for later. Hold
Wait,
on.
can we watch it right now,
I mean, I guess we could.
please?
Go for it. Because I started the video right where he pushes him.
Okay, hold on. We'll watch it real quick.
What the heck? That is awesome. This dude just freaked out completely.
Dude, he's still freaking out even after they took off.
I'm gonna
the
post
thing.
the link for that in the chat just for anyone who wants
Here,
to.
here, come here, David.
You can't. That's dumb. You can't even link a YouTube video in the chat for the YouTube streaming.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it says, "Oops, remove any web addresses and try again."
Wait, here.
Just put in the watch. Just do
Yeah.
/watch. Put that in there. Oh, you want to watch it, David?
Yeah.
Yes, please. I would like to watch it.
Go back.
Yeah, I don't think the Oculus Rift is going to take off as far as gaming goes.
Come back.
Especially since Facebook bought it.
Yeah, that kind of ruined them.
I think they're
I know
going to
that,
use it for like
Oh, that was
experiences
the
more than
headphones they
anything.
took off of them. They're trying to
Yeah, I
take
know
the
that
thing out of
Notch
them.
backed out. He was originally going to have Minecraft ported over to Oculus Rift, but as soon as Facebook bought it, he backed out and said no.
Right. Right. I think they're
I love
gonna
his
use
reasoning.
it-
His exact reasoning was because Facebook creeps him out.
Right. Because it's too intrusive.
Yeah.
It's always wanting you to do something or suggesting something to you. And it's always wanting you to, like, add new friends that you may know.
It's like, God,
Wow.
Facebook, I'm
kind
a
of
good
an-
person.
Like, somebody told me the other day that Facebook is the Jehovah's Witness of the internet.
What?
Hi.
Facebook is the Jehovah's Witness of the internet
That's-
because it's always there knocking, wanting you to do something. Like
That's
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you need to update your
Like,
current city. No,
So and
I
so
don't want
wants
to.
you to play Farmville with them.
Oh God,
Stuff
I
like-
cannot stand those game requests. Like
So-
I'm
so
ready to
much-
start deleting people if I get game requests. I swear to God, one more Farmville, and
See what I'm saying?
You know, you didn't know you can block like all game requests, right?
yeah, but you can't do it from a phone, as far as I know.
Oh,
So
that's why I don't use Facebook on my phone. I don't even have it installed on my phone because
Now anyone that listens to this podcast as Jehovah's Witness has just stopped listening.
Yep.
they went our whole probably 2 viewers.
Our
that would be-
demographic. Our entire demographic.
it's gone completely because Gary told them to get out.
That's all we have.
And
is
during
Jehovah's
the
Witness
Assassin's
people.
Creed sandwich, they went the whole, one female who's probably watching this.
Wait, the what?
Yep, Assassin's Creed sandwich.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
It's like you sexist pigs, and then left completely. It's like
So we have completely obliterated 2 demographics in one podcast. We are amazing.
Yes.
oh yeah.
All we need now is for the blacks to leave, and we'll be all good.
Oh god.
Oh, there it went. Sorry, Ricky.
I was really hoping Tyler would have would be here and heard that, and he just immediately would comment.
Yeah,
I think it's-
that's what I was hoping for, right? But no, I love the black people. I love them.
Dude,
Absolutely
you
love
could
them.
have said that, like, because
Okay, and on
David
that note,
was walking out of his door.
Oh wow.
Black people are the people. Let me tell you,
Oh,
they are the ones who are going to save the earth. When aliens attack us and we don't have athletic enough people to go against them, I'm going to call on the black people to kill every alien I can find.
Oh wow.
No, honestly, forget that. If there's a freaking, like, some alien invasion, I'm going to the barrio. Because, A, they have great food. B, they have great parties. And C, they have drugs and guns.
What the? Oh, man. I came off super racist, and I'm really not.
Yes, you did.
And there goes the rest of the demographic.
If someone ever watches like a recording of this in the future and just somehow for some reason skips to that part, they will be so confused because it'll say, "Topic: What Nintendo games should they keep making?" And then Austin's talking about black people.
Oh,
What
my
Nintendo game
gosh.
is he talking about?
I'm talking about that one where you jump really high. You know.
Well, while we're being
They're
racist, that reminds me
racist.
of a picture. Hold on, I think I still have it on my phone. I don't want to mess up what the quote is. Let me bring it up real quick. Damn it. What folder is it
You
under?
could have the racist power up in Mario.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think we're talking about the same thing I am, Carrie. There's a picture of Mario, and it says, "Don't be a racist. Be like Mario. He's an Italian plumber created by Japanese people who speaks English and looks like a Mexican. And he jumps like a black man and grabs coins like a Jew."
Oh, and there goes the Jewish crowd. That's not funny.
Was that what you were thinking of, Gary?
No, I was gonna say like if they made a new kind of a racist power up suit for Mario, make blackface Mario. He can run faster and jump higher.
Oh. What?
You guys are gonna get us all killed, you know that, right?
Oh, man. That's... Then what, he impregnates Peach and leaves her?
Right?
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding.
That's terrible.
Oh, well, if we didn't lose a demographic before, we did now.
As soon as
Wow.
Ricky hears this, he's gonna kill every... no, basically just me. Yeah, just me.
yeah, pretty much you, because
Ricky's
I
gonna-
only said that, but
So what does David have to say about
Yeah, David,
that?
what do you have to say about all this?
I'm sorry, about what?
Oh, so he's not even listening. He don't even care. So,
Wait, what were we talking
the
about?
black community is fine with it.
what's what he
With all these racist comments stop being said.
Yeah, the black community is okay with these comments.
There you go. You heard it from the president of the black community,
the
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
Okay, wait. Since we're on this topic, I'm sorry. Like, the one stereotype that is true, completely true, is that Asian people cannot drive.
Dude, Asian people can do
They're
anything
behind the wheel so often.
except drive.
No, they can't drive.
Around Asian people.
Seriously, they can't.
They can play the piano like no other, but they
can't
cannot
drive.
drive. Yeah, and do math while playing the piano.
Yeah, there's so many Asians at the OU School of Dentistry, you wouldn't even believe it.
There's Asians everywhere at OU. Like, what are you talking about?
They're everywhere.
They might as well call it AOU.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
One
let's
thing-
go to a gaming topic.
Just one last thing on this topic. One thing I always found very strange, living back
The new UX
in a small town,
They
was
will be too.
going out, especially small town Oklahoma, going out about everyday stuff. Never see any Asians. As soon as you go to an Asian buffet, they're everywhere. Just nothing but Asians. Where did they come from? You don't see them anywhere else. You don't see them at Walmart. You don't see them at school. Nowhere.
Dude, you're so right. You're so right. Like, where do they come from?
School, nothing. Walmart, nothing. Chonghua, nothing but Asians. What?
Hey, hey,
They're just like,
look.
what?
Dude,
I guess
when
they
I go to
Big
Green
C.
Tea,
our schools are too stupid for them or something.
Yep.
dude, when I go to Green Tea, it's like nothing but Mexicans every time I'm in them.
Are you sure? Are you sure they're
Pretty much.
Okay.
what
That was the
were you
last
saying,
thing I
Joe?
had to say on the race topic there. If that's which apparently was a topic now.
Yeah, I had to change it to that.
But okay.
Okay, hold on, wait. David, what were you saying?
Oh, new topic. The Xbox One.
What about
Flaws, comments, likes.
the Xbox One in general?
Yeah, like what's been going wrong with the Xbox One?
What's been going wrong with the Xbox One? Okay.
Connect.
Gary
That's what's
immediately
wrong
says
with
connect.
Xbox One.
Wait, who won, David? What was that from?
I have played an Xbox One once. It was when I was hanging out with my cousin, and we had to fight it for like 30 minutes to get it to actually work with the local multiplayer because of the stupid Kinect. Like it
Right.
just would not recognize correctly, and it would not. It's like, and it would try to sign me into his account instead of like into a guest account, and just vice versa, and just all this other stupid crap. It's like, just stop. I should just be able to plug in a controller, press start, and join the game. That's all it should be. Why is it doing all of this other crap?
Right.
And then he won.
Yeah,
by
that's
two.
the biggest thing wrong with Xbox One is Connect.
Yeah, I mean,
It
you don't
it makes
have
it
to have plugged in.
$100 more expensive for
But-
one thing.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't even know. What's
I mean,
I can't say
I'm
anything.
gonna have to agree with Gary. The only thing I can see wrong with is Kinect, because when it came out for the 360, like, oh, we're gonna do this thing called Kinect, and it's like, oh, but this time your body is the controller, and I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of dirty and completely. It also goes like, how much room did they say you have to have of open space just to play with the Kinect? Like,
More than most people would probably have in like an apartment or something.
yeah, exactly, right?
You have to have a big room, but on the new one, you can be like pretty much right in front.
Yeah, it's like,
Like you have to be like 2 feet
and the
away,
Kinect
and that's it.
is even well. I don't know about the new one because I haven't messed with any games that required on Xbox One. I've heard it's a lot better. I know the original one just sucked at actually tracking your motions and was horrible. Apparently the new one's better, but I'm just like, for the most part, games with motion controls like that are not going to be good. There's no way to implement it in a way that will actually work. Because a lot of things that sound like they'd be fun, like, oh, sword fighting game or fighting game, whatever, that would be awesome to Kinect. Not really, because how do you, like, if you swing the sword in the game and it, like, they block it with theirs, you're just going to keep swinging in real life, and it's just going to completely throw you off, because now your arms are way over to, like, the left, and your sword's still stuck over to the right, and it doesn't work with stuff like that. The only thing it's good for
Right.
is, like, exercising kind of games that they started coming out with. Like, it's great for those.
and dance games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is great. It's perfect for those. And if you want to make those kind of games for Kinect, go ahead. That's the best thing you can use it for. But anything
And-
else is pretty useless.
so
People
you
that
hear
are-
lady?
that are
She
gonna
can
play
do
those
Zumba
kinda
while you're making
games.
sandwiches.
People that are gonna play those kind of games
Gary
aren't
just
gonna want to
goes on,
drop
that's it.
$500 on a console either.
Exactly. They can just go to the gym if they want to exercise.
Right.
Or like walk outside and like run down the street like I do.
Or
I don't know. Full body like motion control stuff like Kinect just completely pointless to me.
Yes.
Uh,
I think so too.
and also the one thing that I still don't like, why, like, because in the last generation of consoles,
Like 360 and PS3.
yeah,
is what you're talking
for 360 PS3, the 360 completely blew PS3 out of the water, right?
I have no idea when it comes to sales. I would imagine so.
Actually, not. I wouldn't say blow it out of the water. Like towards the end, well, they kind of almost evened out.
Well,
That's from what I've heard.
I know at the start the Xbox 360 was doing way better.
yeah, but
Yeah.
the one problem with the 360 then was the Xbox Live subscription. It's like $60, like $50-$60 for a year. That's
Well,
like
see,
the
now
price
that
of
the
a new game.
PS4 is pretty much bandwagon on that same idea,
Yeah,
that
like
it's not really an issue
No,
anymore.
but-
Because now everyone has to pay.
no, that's why.
With the internet.
No, that's why.
At least they give you free games every month now.
That's what I was going to say, but I cannot finish. But
That's not what you said.
can I finish? Can I finish? But I think for how much the price of internet is going up, to now that they're limiting how much like how many gigabytes you can use. You
Well,
know,
it just depends on the provider, really.
yeah, well, the providers here suck, so we're talking about basically area. It's like they put a cap limit on gigs, so it's like, okay, you're paying $50-$60 for really good internet, and then $60 for Xbox Live, and then meanwhile you're completely killing your internet playing Xbox Live. It's like, why can't the internet be free on both the Xbox and the PlayStation 4 like it was on PS3? Because you know, having us pay for membership, sure, there's kind of perks to it, but that's just them another way to get more profit out of us.
That's why you do like me and Dylan and Gary and just like stop buying it.
PC Master Race. No.
Yeah, right. Because I got rid of my, like, once my live subscription went out, like this last December, I was like, no,
Well,
not anymore.
well, playing online is something.
I had it for like 7 years, and I was like, no, not anymore.
Like playing online is something that I like to do, but even though I haven't done it in a while, I mean, but playing online is something I like to do because you know you can talk to people and connect with them when there's not some little pubescent douchebag online playing. You know.
Yeah, but when is there not some pubescent douchebag online?
Which brings us to our next topic. People,
No,
you need
no,
to
no,
enforce
no
your
Call of Duty.
bedtimes.
Hey, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Huh?
No,
Oh my God.
Call of Duty.
like
Yep. Anytime it gets mentioned, you just jump on its nuts.
no,
huh?
I'm not. I'm not jumping on. Yeah, what I'm saying is
How about
that
Peyton Manning, best quarterback in the NFL?
how come Peyton Manning's not the best quarterback in the NFL? Did he win the Super Bowl this year? No, he got blown out by
someone's very
Seattle
easily distracted.
Seahawks.
Well, I don't know why. How come? Peyton Manning is not the best quarterback in the NFL, sir. I couldn't tell you that.
Peyton Manning is not the best quarterback.
Anyways,
If we're going by that, then Russell Wilson's the best quarterback in the NFL because he won the Super Bowl. If
Oh!
we're going by that.
Over Peyton Manning. So
Anyways. So,
And Philip Rivers is the worst quarterback in the
yeah, Philip
NFL,
Rivers is
right,
the worst
Joe?
quarterback.
Gary, shut up.
He's
No.
a big crybaby.
The worst quarterback in the NFL getting paid right now.
Hey,
Philip Rivers is the biggest crybaby ever
who
in the
was the only
NFL.
team in the AFC West to not make the playoffs this year?
Right now,
Who was the only team in the AFC West to not make the playoffs this year? Exactly, I win.
that may be. But right now, I
God.
could walk onto the field.
No,
and say
no,
so.
Joe, you lose because you are a Chargers fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You always lose.
Okay, we kind of got off topic. What I was saying is, how come they can't make online like more age segregated? It's like, oh, you're 20, that you can play with people from 18 to 30.
How would they
You
even
can
do
do
that?
that.
How would they?
You can't do that.
there's no way they can enforce it because people would just lie. I mean, people
Yeah,
lie about their
exactly.
age on the internet all the time, anyways. I
You
mean,
get-
like,
That's true.
it's because there's so many things that it's like, oh, you know, ask your parents' permission before going online, or oh, put in your age before you continue. It's like you can just
Make it
lie
till you're
because they have
18.
no way to check that you're actually 18.
You can just play with your friends online too, though, right?
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that. I mean,
Like,
you obviously have
everything
to
else not.
get a party to go on, but I mean,
That's basically what I've gotten to at this point. I will not play games online, with the exception of Titanfall since I just got it. Most games I will not play online unless I have at least one friend that I'm playing with.
I think that's the same with anyone nowadays because I can't do it
Yeah.
either. I can't
The
just jump into games anymore.
the one game that I've always wanted to play online is Ace Combat, because I'm really good at Ace Combat, except for the last one. The last one was horrible. And it's time to switch the topic. There's dead silence.
We didn't even really talk about why the Xbox One was bad. Like
We did.
We said
well,
Kinect.
The Kinect is the only thing. Everything else about it, like the hardware is great. The potential for the graphics and everything on it is great. The controller, the Xbox 360, Xbox One controller are some of my favorite controllers that they've ever made. It's like everything else about it is great except for Kinect, honestly.
Yeah,
The fact
so you don't
and
even
they
have-
went back on their stupid DRM crap, so you can actually, don't have to do the 24-hour check-in or whatever. So all the things that were going to be bad about it, they got rid of. So
Yeah.
I mean, aside from what we were talking about, kind of off topic, but could be on topic. Aside from having to pay for Xbox Live and the Kinect, everything else about it, I mean, it's at least decent to me.
Yeah, that's the same for me, dude. I feel the same way.
Like that's.
I like the
about-
new features that they've added. Like, I really like some of the stuff, like the whole Twitch integration. Like, you can actually just straight up stream from your console now, like instead of having to like hook up your computer and all that. I love that.
that's
Love
cool.
that. Yeah, that's so smart of them
That's
to
awesome.
do that.
Well, I guess another thing that could be said that's bad about it, but it's bad about both of them at the moment. There's not really any. There's no games that have come out so far that make it really compelling to buy one over the other.
That's with every
Like,
console this
yeah,
generation.
that's what I'm saying.
Even the Wii U.
Yeah, it's like all of them, every console there's just no real good exclusives anymore. Like everything that's good is on all of them, so it's like, well, just pick whichever one you want.
That's why I'm so looking forward to Halo 5, just
Yeah.
because it's an
Well,
exclusive.
Well, because right now the only exclusives really that people look for PS4 is Gran Turismo. They got rid of Metal Gear Solid as an exclusive because you can get it on the Xbox 360.
The God of War series.
And then the Xbox One and God of War 2.
Uncharted.
Uncharted. But
I'm really looking forward to the Order 1886.
Yeah,
What
that
is
looks
that?
kind of cool. One game that I
It's,
saw that
yeah.
looked really cool was The Witcher 3.
That's not an exclusive though.
I know, but still.
But yeah, yeah. I actually have The Witcher and The Witcher 2 on Steam, and I have not played them yet. I need to get around to doing that.
honestly, if we're going by exclusives, I think the Xbox would take it because they got Halo
And Gears.
Gears.
Halo and Gears are the two big.
Yeah, that's
like,
pretty much. And then like they got Project Gotham Racing, but
I don't know. I think the Gears series has already. I think people are worn out with it. Like the last Gears game didn't sell well at all.
Well, yeah, like it was a prequel. It wasn't even, like the story's over. Like they can't do anything else. Like,
Like Epic Games has sold it to Microsoft,
I know.
the franchise. So it's not even going to be Epic Games anymore if they make another one.
Yeah, which I don't know if I'll like that.
well,
But then again, they did it with Halo, and I was like, I don't know if I'll like 343 Industries, and I loved it. So.
Yeah.
well, honestly, it when they change studios, I guess it just depends on if they take enough people that worked on the game before to make it like a true like a true brand off. It's like, if they have enough people from the people that did the games before and they make it true, then that's really good. But like if they could go a completely different direction, like George Lucas did when he re-edited Star Wars Episode 4 to make the guy shoot first, when everybody and their mother knows Han shoots first.
Yep.
But it's like when they try to do that and mess with something that already works good, it's just like that old saying: if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Let's say then there comes that whole thing we were talking about earlier with the whole they take the same game and just up the graphics and Call of Duty it. So
Oh, and here comes David.
there's a fine line. There's a fine line between making a game so similar that it's like, wow, why did they make this game? And then, not going far enough away to where you're like, wow, this isn't even a whatever game.
Yeah.
This isn't even a Halo game, or this isn't even a Gears game.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it's like, I mean, sure, you want to keep some stuff of it, but then there's other things that need to be improved on that people, I think, spend so much time looking through. oh, this works so good, let's just not touch it. And they're like, well, and you know, you got people like us saying, well, this could be fixed or this could be improved or something, and they never do it. And it's like they spend like what is it, like 25 to 30 million dollars to develop.
It just depends.
Yeah, well,
Like Grand Theft Auto 5 was a shit ton of money,
yeah, I mean, it's like
but they made so much.
it's like they spend so much money on something. Why, why would they want to send out a flawed product? You know, wouldn't you want it to be completely perfect?
Well, that's the problem with modern games, anyways. Most of them are so expensive to make; it's a big risk.
That's where
Like,
indie
that's why you
developers
see-
come in.
That's why you see a lot of these studios going out of business.
Yep.
They're just, if the game's not successful and they spend so many millions of dollars on it, then
Like
mean,
LucasArts with
Word.
the what was it, 1313 or whatever it was called. We'll never get to see
Yeah.
that just because. Like,
Yep.
and did you see that Darth Maul game? Did
No.
anyone see that?
No.
Anyone? No
I
one.
heard
No.
of it.
I don't know if it was like in development or it was like leaked from them developing it a long time ago, and like they're like, oh, this is a game that's never going to be made, type of thing. You can look it up. Like, I'll try and look it up. Darth Maul. But yeah, it showed it. It like had some footage on YouTube, I think, where it showed you're playing as Darth Maul, and it basically looked like a either Force Unleashed type of game or a Jedi Academy, you know, where you're just going through and just mauling people, but you're literally Darth Maul.
Yeah, there it is from
Yeah,
IGN.
LucasArts canceled a Darth Maul Star Wars game. It's on IGN. Or Joystick or wherever else. Kotaku probably has it. God bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you, sir.
I have to disagree with Joe about Microsoft having the better exclusives, though. Like, they've only really got one big exclusive anymore, and that's Halo. Like, that's their big exclusive.
Now that Gears
Everything
is
else... Yeah, Gears was an exclusive, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be what it used to be.
Well,
I think, like, Sony still has the better exclusives. Like, they have the Uncharted series. They have the God of War series. They have Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that.
no,
Killzone
they-
is another popular one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like,
They have a lot of good franchises.
but mostly the ones that were like selling it, they haven't made a game for. Like, I don't even know if they're gonna do another God of War game anytime soon.
I didn't hear what you said. It cut out. What'd you say?
Oh, I said, like, I don't know if they're gonna do a new God of War game anytime soon. And honestly, that's not one that I enjoyed.
You are in the minority. Because everybody loves the God of War, except
Well,
for Joe.
I don't like it, but I just don't like hack and slash games. in
Thank
general.
you. See, I'm not alone,
I
Gary.
love Flash games. That's one of my favorite genres.
They just get too repetitive for me.
Yeah, but they
They
do
do
have
get
some,
kind of repetitive, but they change it up. You learn new moves and stuff like that in God
Yeah.
of War.
Yeah, that's just not enough of a difference to make it worth sitting there for the extra however many hours. So that's
I'm putting
The storyline's awesome, though.
I'm putting some footage
not
of
just
that
like
Darth
a-
Maul game on this stream, so if you go on YouTube, you can watch it here in a second.
nice.
I think
you're
this
into
is, yeah. Go ahead. Okay, you're good.
If you're into Greek mythology, the God of War series is really good. But as far as
Yeah.
the storyline goes.
I mean, Greek mythology is cool. I just all of just the repetitive, kind of mindless hack and slash is just too. It's not worth the story. The story for me.
now.
Like the gameplay
Have
has
you-
to be
have
engaging
you
for
played
me
one
to,
all the way through?
to be care. Oh no.
See, it changes it up. Like you, at first it feels like it gets repetitive, and then you start to learn new things, and then you'll start doing like puzzles and stuff. You know, it's kind of like Tomb Raider mixed with hack and slash,
But yeah,
like
but
the
why?
old style Tomb.
But why would you play a genre that you don't enjoy, like hack and slash, when you can play like?
But yeah, not everyone's gonna like it, but as far as hack and slash games go, that's one of the best ones out there.
Yeah, I mean, I can give it that. Like, it is very well done for its genre. I just don't like the genre.
Right.
Well,
I'm okay with it.
well, honestly, wait.
Austin's
Did you-
2 cents.
I thought I'd just throw
I'm
it in
okay
there.
with it. Wasn't Rising a hack and slash?
What is it?
Metal Gear Rising
Oh, Rising, yeah.
was a hack. They're also considered brawlers, like the hack and slash genre, but they're just weapon based brawlers.
Well, that's better, honestly, because you have, you can switch weapons. Well, I don't know, but
Yeah, like in God of War, you don't have just the blades. You can get like a sword and other things. You can get like these gauntlets.
You got Medusa's head, and
Yeah,
make people into stone.
yeah, but I would still rather play Uncharted than I would God of War. To be honest,
I probably
nice.
would. I haven't played an Uncharted game, but I really want to. I've got to get my PlayStation 3 working.
Yeah. I have Uncharted 2. I haven't played it yet, though.
When it comes to brawlers, like you were saying, I've played the first God of War. I didn't beat it, but I played. Remember, Dylan? I was playing it with Evan's PS3.
Yeah.
I played a lot of it, but I felt like that one got somewhat repetitive to where it was like not fun. But then again, I didn't play it all the way through, and I didn't play the second and third, whatever. But I feel like, those games can get really stale really fast if they don't do them right. I don't know anything about Rising, Revengeance, just because, I only played the boss. But when it comes to games like Arkham, the Arkham games, they did those really well, just because there's so much variation in what you can do. Even though the battle system's pretty much the same every time, it's still really fun to play. And then Assassin's Creed, like you said, Gary, how you didn't like it just because it was like the same every time. And that's what pretty much happens, is like every battle that you fight is the same, just because it gets, you can't really do a whole lot. But that's why I like the Arkham games, just because there is so much variation.
Yeah, like in God of War, they do change up the moveset. Like, you don't have to do the exact same thing over and over.
Yeah.
You can do a whole bunch of different moves. You just have to learn them. And I think you acquire them as the game goes.
Yeah, you do.
So.
You get like new.
Like in the first half of the game, your moveset's probably pretty limited, but
Yeah.
yeah, it gets better towards the end. The final battle with Ares in the first one was pretty epic too.
He's like huge.
Yeah, you both you grow to that size, and it's like a huge epic Titan battle.
That's awesome.
but I honestly I'd still rather play any other game besides God of War.
Like, Joe really gets stuck on stuff like that, though. Like, once he has his mind made up, he will not change it. Like, he's like, I don't like this game. That's period. Like, the end.
No,
no other.
No.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He won't give it a second
closes
chance.
It off, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, that's not true, because I did give it a second chance a long time ago. And they're because when I first played, I'm like, man, this is kind of repetitive. The second time, it's like, they still haven't done anything to fix the repetitiveness. And then on the third time, when I tried it, I was like, you know what, that's it. I can't do this anymore. It was like kind of quitting a bad relationship. It's like, you know what, I'm done. And then running out the door going, I'm free!
Well, dude, if you think about it, there's a lot of games that are super repetitive. Like first-person shooters.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
That's all you do is shoot people.
Yeah, but who doesn't like to shoot people?
Pacifists.
Pacifists.
Hippies.
Those freaking hippies. And there goes the hippie demographic.
Just dropping
Oh,
like
it's-
flies.
Talking about
The hippie demographic doesn't even know what the internet is, Joe. So we have
I
nothing.
thought that
to
was
say
the
about
Amish.
Oh.
That
There goes the
also,
Amish.
yes.
But
The
talking
arms
about
don't even have
repetitiveness
any-
on like FPS games though, yeah, it's just shooting people. But for the most part, if you're playing an FPS, you're playing multiplayer, and if you're playing multiplayer, it's never going to be the same match twice. So at least it has that going for it.
That's
And
true.
like single player games, like hack and slash, it's always the same number of enemies spawning in the same places, going through the same paths. Pretty much, it's like there's not as much
Are you
variation.
leaving, David?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right, sir. Okay,
We got the house to ourselves, bringing the strippers.
Yep. And the
David has to go to work.
No.
No, he just went somewhere.
Oh, and he's back.
Go get the
Ah,
strippers.
No, he's leaving. Okay.
somewhere, quote unquote.
Huh?
I said somewhere, quote unquote.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
No, he just went to the house.
Somewhere.
So now,
Right.
so now we can say whatever we want. And
About black people, right?
Oh no! Let's
And
not
we're
start
back
it
to
again.
that.
Let's not start this again.
No. Wait, Ken. All right. I am just gonna
Yeah.
say one thing about this.
Oh god.
Just
scared.
one thing. That's it. And this is my opinion. You know, but a lot of people give black people shit like, oh, chicken and watermelon. You know, with chicken and watermelon. I'm sorry. If you do not like chicken and watermelon,
You're not American.
you're stupid. Because those are the two best things in the world: fried chicken and
Really?
watermelon.
What about ice cream?
Dude, fuck ice cream. I'd still take fried chicken and watermelon.
I'll tell you the best thing in the world is Joe's mom.
Oh,
Yes.
now we're back to this. We're back to this.
We never left, Joe.
New topic. We never left the two topics before.
what do you got, Dylan? You got a topic?
All right. Yeah. Okay. I got a topic. Another more, quote unquote nerd related stuff. Moving away from games, just for a little difference. And Austin, you might not do too well on this topic, just knowing you. But what are
It's a
movies
movie.
coming out soon
Fuck. I
that
knew
you
it.
look forward to?
Godzilla.
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 Yeah,
that's-
Godzilla is the one I'm
that's
looking
movie
forward to.
excited for.
I'm really excited. I'm excited for Godzilla. I want to see Amazing Spider-Man 2. And
Haven't seen the
then
first one.
You haven't seen the? Of course you haven't.
I'm sorry, but I hate Spider. I cannot stand Spider-Man at all. He's
Not even the older movies with
Nope.
Tobey Maguire?
Joe,
no
Joe,
Spider-Man.
you're un-American.
Yep, un-American.
I don't know. I
My favorite superhero is Captain America.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say Captain Planet.
Liar. Captain D's nuts. That's what your favorite superhero is.
Right.
Gary, quit teasing. Austin, quit
Captain Planet.
teasing Gary.
These nuts.
Yep. But anyways, movies, yeah. Godzilla for sure. I do want to go see it the IMAX 3D. I was gonna go see Captain America: The Winter Soldier in IMAX 3D, but then we missed it because it was like the last day of it. So I just watched it here in Paul's Valley, which was Paul's Valley's theater.
Crappy.
But I did get to see it, so.
No, actually,
Is it good?
Oh yeah, it's like in my
it was
opinion,
amazing.
it's got to be one of the top 3 of the Marvel series of the Avengers type movies they've made. It's top 3 for me. It was like really good.
Okay, and speaking of Paul's
Okay.
Valley Theater, I actually had a pretty good, movie watching experience at the Paul's Valley Theater.
Oh, was it the movie of Me and Your Mom?
No, it was a movie of me and David's mom.
Did they actually have surround sound now?
No,
Yeah, they do.
no.
They got to the 21st century.
Yeah. Finally.
This was during the winter. I went to Chongwa and it was like, dude, and I ran into Gary, and
Of course you did at Changhua. He always eats there.
no, I did. Gary probably remembers this, and I said,
He ran into me. Oh, I remember it. You ran into me in the bathroom.
Oh God. Just like Ricky ran into me at the high school yesterday. Remember that?
this isn't funny. Like, I'm trying to be serious.
That's what's making it even
Oh,
funnier.
you were serious. Trust me.
Oh, man.
So anyways,
Go ahead, Joe.
I plowed Gary's mom while he watched and cried like a little girl, and then I went to the Paul's Valley Theater to watch Lone Survivor, and that was pretty cool because there was nobody in that theater. It was just me.
In the movie.
Me, no, it was like me and three other people, and like
You were
they
there
all-
twice? What?
I don't.
Dude,
get
you
it.
gotta watch what you say, or
Yeah, I
else
know.
just so much.
Yeah, but see, that's what
But-
makes it awesome. That's what makes the
Yeah.
podcast awesome.
Yeah. So. Anyways, it like that. There was no crying, no crying, screaming baby because the parent's like 15 and can't keep her legs closed, and she can't get the baby to shut up. There was no like people like having sex in the back of the theater.
What theater are you going to? What is this?
Dude,
The ghetto
What
theater?
is this? I need to go check it out.
Yeah, right.
In
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, for real. Like, I didn't find out what this scene's all about.
and,
Like,
and you know you're not getting spilled popcorn on. You know, it's like you're not cramped in uncomfortably. It's like, you know, it's like you're sitting there like, man, I really wish I could put my feet up right now on this chair. Oh yeah, that's right, I can, because I'm practically the only person in here.
we almost had that when we went to the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so it's like
Because we walked in, it was me, Blake, David, and Jeff, unfortunately, and we walked in and we were like, oh my god, there's nobody else in this theater because I guess everyone else has seen
unfortunately
it.
for Austin, because he wanted to see the wildebeest.
Ah, fuck you. And then we got to the part where it was like just about to start, and there was like previews, and then like 10 people walked in, and we were like, dude, we were about to like use this theater as like, I don't know, but it was about to happen.
As your bitch.
Yeah, it was about to happen. We were about to be like, yo, did you just see that? We were gonna like
Yeah,
sit
it's like,
at the
oh,
complete
shit.
opposite corners of the theater and like scream at each other.
Wait, now it's funny that when somebody else is doing it, you're like, oh my god, shut the fuck up right now. It's like, just shut up, just like, don't go in there, it's dark, the killer's in there, oh shit. Shut up.
Yep, but it's all
Joe,
cool.
man, you're being racist again.
I never specified color or anything because I've seen white people do that too. So
Okay.
Where are these white people at?
Yeah. Right.
California, dude, trust me.
That's
Am
hilarious. Hey, whoa.
Am I the
What?
only one that freaking watches Maury? Where
Yes.
we're like you see this white girl from like the suburbs or something. Oh hell no, that bitch better not fucking get my man or something. It's like, you are from the suburbs. You should not be talking like that.
Hey, you're white. You
No.
don't fight.
No, that's not what I meant. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up because by this time, because by this time tomorrow, I'm pretty sure Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton will have like a freaking like an apology demand from us on CNN or something.
On BET, you mean? But anyways, let's.
Fucking my wife in the ass.
Is there any other movies that you guys can think of? I can't think of any others that are coming up, anyways. Like
The new
Godzilla's.
X-Men movie might be pretty
it-
good.
See, it would be cool if I had seen all the other X-Men movies, but I haven't seen one of them, so I can't really watch that one.
You know,
Well,
I'm not
yeah.
sure how that's gonna work though. Like from future past, it's like. Okay.
Honestly, like, it's a stupid premise, but it looks hilarious. So
Yes,
I
it
want to watch it
does.
just because of that.
I mean, do you think it'll be good,
Just
or do you think
because
it'll just be
friggin',
stupid? Like,
It
stupid
might.
funny.
I mean, it could be pretty interesting depending on how they handle certain aspects of it. But I mainly want to watch it because it looks hilarious. Because Wolverine goes back in the past and looks like he's basically going to be bitch slapping all the other guys around. Like, you want to do this right now, and it's going to be hilarious because Wolverine is
A pimp.
just a dick, and it's going to be hilarious to see him being just a dick to all of them. Because that's what he does.
Yep, he's a dick.
You know, like
Because there's one line in the trailer that I thought was hilarious. Like, one of the younger mutants was talking to him. He's like, "So in the future, do I make it?" And Wolverine looks at him like, "No," and then just walks away.
Thanks.
It's like, oh, thanks.
like this is the weird one. There's not that many really like
Good movies coming out?
like really good movies coming out until like June or July or something because
Yeah, when does Guardians of the Galaxy come out?
When does Age
that
of
next
Ultron
year?
come out? Is it May
Age of
next year?
Ultron is next year, which is really annoying because hold on, let me look when Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out. It's coming out
Fast 7 was supposed to come out.
October. Okay, so October. No, wait, that's when it was updated. My bad. Let me find a website that's not stupid. Okay, it's coming out August 1st. And then the next Marvel movie is going to be Age of Ultron, which comes out in May of 2015. So between August and May of 2015, there's going to be no Marvel movies, apparently.
Dang.
Speaking of Marvel movies, they need to make a Deadpool movie, and they need to make it rated R.
They need to make an actual good Deadpool, not the bullshit from the Wolverine origin movie.
Right.
Because
Right.
that pissed me off what they did with Deadpool and that. It's like, no, that is not Deadpool.
Right.
Because Deadpool was awesome.
Oh,
that thing was awesome.
Okay, wait. And speaking of movies, on the subject, I have to get your. This is like a two-part question for a topic. Who do you think played the best Batman, and do you think that Ben Affleck is going to tank?
Best
I
Batman
think, yeah.
was probably
Adam West. No.
me when me and your mom had role play night.
The best Batman is the little kid on the YouTube videos.
Oh, Batman Kid. Yeah, Batman Kid.
No,
dude.
I'm not talking about those Batman.
Where is she?
Like,
For me, it's Michael Keaton. Hands down.
Dylan, do you have a favorite Batman that you like?
I didn't watch like a lot of the older Batman movies, so the only one that I've really seen all the movies would be, the new Batman, which he did good. Kind of, I don't know.
He did
Like
better
the Batman
than
in the
George
comics was
Clooney.
very different. Like it's perfect for like the world they built for that particular Batman, but compared to like what he's supposed to be in like the comics and stuff, he wasn't very accurate to Batman.
He was over the top.
Yeah.
You need to watch the two Michael Keaton Batman movies because that's
Which ones were those? Was that the one with
Just-
Joker? With
the Joker and the
yeah.
Penguin.
Okay, yeah, I've seen them both. I haven't seen the one with the Penguin in so long. Those ones are really good.
What are those called? What are the subtitle? Like
Batman.
And Batman
Batman.
Returns.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I really liked Val Kilmer.
What?
The instant outrage.
Yeah, for real. Like that's why I laughed.
No,
You know that movie is not very good, but I enjoyed it when it first came out. But I thought he was terrible as Batman.
Wait, which one was that?
Batman Forever.
I don't think I've seen that one.
that's the one with Two-Face and
Riddler.
with
Jim
Two-Face
Carrey.
and the Joker.
Oh, I have seen that
And the
one. The
Riddler.
one with the bat nipples.
Yes, Batman.
What's the god awful one?
Batman and Robin when
Batman and
Batman
Robin.
was George Clooney.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was
That
thinking.
was terrible.
That
Yeah.
Cool.
So many like ice puns.
Yes.
And the
Chill
bat
out.
credit card.
Chill
What
out.
the hell? Bat credit card. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chill out.
but it's like I said, like Christian Bale was really good. It's just sometimes
He
like
was over the top.
yeah, like but sometimes he's way over the top. But
I liked him.
and also kind of corny, but still, those three movies are amazing to me.
Hell,
Oh, I like him.
like I said,
Although three,
go
for
ahead.
me, three was the not as good.
Bane, the one with Bane.
Yeah, the one with Bane wasn't as good as the other two.
I really liked it, but I think they just made the scale of it a little too large. As far as like the U.S. military was involved and it was a nuclear bomb and all stuff, it's like that's a little too much. Like it needs to be
Yeah.
more toned down. Like I mean, because up until they started, like doing crossovers with superheroes, Batman never really had like, oh, the whole world is at stake, or the whole city is gonna be blown up in an instant. It was more just like little, like the Joker doing his terrorist things and just little things here and there, not like a huge, better get the military involved kind of thing. So I don't know.
Right.
Okay, and
But-
the second part, good or bad do you think? Is Ben Affleck going to be a good or bad Batman?
I don't know any other movies that he's in. Like, I can't judge anything because I don't watch movies and I don't know what he's acting is like.
I'm just terrible with names when it comes to actors. I probably remember if you mentioned something he's been in, but just off the top of my head, I don't know what all he's been in.
He was in Pearl
I
Harbor.
think he'll be a good actor. I think he'll be good as Batman.
Like, honestly though, I feel like that movie as a whole is gonna be pretty crappy because Man of Steel, though, I mean, it was decent. But
I
just
haven't seen it.
going from Man of Steel to immediately Superman and Batman with nothing else like leading up to it, to where like just hints of any of this stuff, it's like I feel like it's a little too much. But
They're trying to
I don't-
go Avengers like
Yeah.
I think they are actually planning on leading up to a Justice League movie.
of
Yeah,
course.
like no, actually, I read about that. I think they want it like in like 2017, but
of course they do.
but the thing is like okay, they've done the Superman movie. Now, if we're gonna do if they're gonna do
they
I
did
mean
Green Lantern, but they're not
yeah,
probably
they-
going to count that one. They're going to make a new one, just like they did with Spider-Man.
yeah, but the Spider-Man movies were horrible anyway. But
In your opinion,
yes, in my
I like the
opinion,
Spider-Man movies.
Oh, that's weird because
I like the older
first. Yeah, I liked the first two. The third one kind of sucked, and I liked
Yeah,
the
but-
Amazing Spider-Man.
The third one wasn't very good.
but also it's like they're going to jump like it's kind of like what Dylan said, that they're going to jump right from Man of Steel to Superman versus Batman or something, you know, and by
Oh,
this time
it's already confirmed that it's going to be Superman and Batman.
yeah,
Yeah, like another thing though that just, and I brought it up. Hold on.
it's
Like Ben Affleck should do pretty well as Batman because he's a good actor. He's
alright.
just doing it for money because he knows it's going to be a big blockbuster movie. He may not like put his all into it. Just answering your question.
No, like I was trying to explain like what I was trying to say because I couldn't get it. It's like what Dylan said. You know, they're just rushing. When we haven't had like when Batman hasn't had its standalone movie, so we can, you know,
Yeah.
kind of adjust from
Okay.
Christian Bale to Ben Affleck.
Affleck, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand
And-
that.
Something else I was just reading on Wikipedia because I remember reading this. I just wanted to make sure I was right. There's actually been people cast for this movie as Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, and Cyborg are all going to be in it too.
Jeez,
Right.
what the crap?
That's
Yeah.
just way too much at once.
yeah.
And the girl that they got for Wonder Woman is terrible.
Gal Gadot or whatever.
Yeah,
know who
she's
that
like
is.
really tiny and skinny.
Wait,
Like when I picture
Gal
Wonder Woman, I
Gadot?
picture like a big muscular woman. You know?
Wasn't she in like the Fast and Furious movies? Could-
Fast and Furious 6 and Fast 5, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, she's hot. I'm just gonna say she's hot, but she's
Yeah,
not.
but she's not Wonder Woman.
Like Wonder Woman needs to be really tall for a woman, anyways.
Needs to be a freaking Amazon because that's
yeah,
what
she
Wonder
needs to
Woman
be
is.
tall and like
Yeah.
toned,
Muscular.
not like buff, not like a
No,
just toned.
but muscled at least, like
Like-
something.
right.
Take a look at this. Ronda Rousey.
Is she
could-
that
could
tall
totally
though? She's like
pass-
5 something, 5 foot something.
What's-
She needs to be like 6
there's,
foot.
there's a
Dude, but
picture.
she's toned. Like when she gets
There's
down.
there's a picture on the internet of that MMA fighter. What's her name? She's actually decent looking.
Ronda
Ronda
Rousey.
Rousey, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
No, not her. It's another girl.
Oh, Gina Carano.
Yeah, Gina Carano. She is dressed as Wonder Woman, and she looks perfect for the part.
Okay, then Gina Carano or Ronda Rousey would
There's-
be perfect. Well,
There's no like I don't know if she's a good actress or not. So,
well,
but she looks perfect for the part.
Right, I got you.
Well, she was in Fast 6 and she did a pretty good job, I thought. And also she has her own standalone movies called Haywire. It's on Netflix.
Who does?
Gina Carano.
How does she?
Yeah, it's called Haywire. And I think it actually did pretty good, but
Huh.
it's
Yeah,
like
look up that picture of her dressed as Wonder Woman. I think it's her.
Okay, hold on.
It looks perfect for the part.
I mean, like she's toned. She has the right hair for it.
How do you spell her name?
Gina. There it is, right there. Gina Carano drunk. I'd like to see that. Oh my
Okay,
god!
so
I think I
the
just
guy that's
busted
going to be
a nut in
playing
my
Lex
pants.
Luthor
Wow,
is also
that's
the dude who played Mark Zuckerberg
Dude.
in The Social Network.
Did y'all find the picture?
What
Yes,
the
we did.
Say it again. Say it again, Dylan.
I was just looking at the cast of the Man of Steel sequel, and the guy who's going to be playing Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, is the same guy who played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network.
Right.
Why? He's terrible for Lex Luthor.
He was also in Zombieland.
Wait, that's exactly.
God. That is the same guy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What
But-
the? Why is he? That is not Lex Luthor. Come on.
I put it on the stream. I put the picture so
Right.
everyone can see if
But
that's
she's
her.
like perfect. She looks perfect.
She is perfect
For Wonder Woman,
that
right?
role.
I don't know if that's her. Is that her? Because I don't know what she looks like.
Here, can you get the one of her face? I see.
This one?
Wait. Yeah, yes, that's Gina Carano. I know that face and boobs anywhere.
Well, there you go. That should be the Wonder Woman right there.
Yeah. Because she just did something wonderful that only Wonder Woman could do in my pants.
Okay then.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Too much information,
Too
Joe.
much.
Yeah,
Too much.
Gary's laughing. Well, honestly,
Way too much.
Do you guys remember the Megan Fox dressed as Supergirl picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fake.
That was fake?
Yeah, that's photoshopped.
Crap.
And Megan Fox has never done a nude scene, and that was a nude picture.
Oh,
'Cause it was just body paint.
and speaking of Megan Fox, she is playing April O'Neil in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
Which
not even
that
a red.
Looks horrible.
Yeah, it looks kind of bad.
Yeah, somebody was telling me at work, and I don't remember who, but like, I think it was David or Steve said that when Michael Bay got a hold of the script, he wanted to change the turtles into
Aliens.
into aliens,
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do.
and now
Michael
the
Bay.
green ooze is not like chemical waste;
They would
it's from
say
an alien
aliens.
planet.
Yep. I know. That's so stupid. I hate when people do stuff like that. Why can't they just take the thing how it is and make it how we want to see it? Dragon Ball Evolution and The Last Airbender.
I was so mad when I saw Dragon Ball Evolution, and I don't know why I stayed through that entire movie, because I should have left 15 minutes, went back and yelled at the person who sold me the ticket, and then beat them up while yelling at them some more, and
was
then got
literally
my
that
money
bad.
back. It was that bad.
Did you guys see the thing I posted in the Facebook group about the new Frieza trailer from K&K Productions?
No.
Yes. That was awesome.
I know, right? I love those guys. I really hope that they come out with an entire, something. I don't
Yeah.
care what it is, a short web series or something. Man,
It's like, come out
be
with something.
legit.
Oh,
So cool.
even though they probably won't talk to us after listening to this podcast, like, oh my god, these guys are so racist.
I'm trying to
No,
think.
that's just Austin.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Yep, just please blame it on me, you guys, because it really was me.
And he
I'll
loves
take
you.
all the blame. But I'm trying to think. I had two topics, and I can't think of what the other one is now. The first one was the whole if you could have one franchise from Nintendo, but then I remember it. Okay, here you go. If you were going to introduce someone to the world of gaming in general, they've never played a game in their life, what is the one game you make them play? For their very first taste.
Well, honestly, it depends on the person and what they enjoy. It's like if they enjoy something.
Well, no. This is just in general. You don't know what they enjoy. They've never played a game.
No.
They don't know.
They've never They've never played a video game in their entire life.
No,
and
but-
you're gonna introduce them into the world of gaming.
That's not what I meant. Like it
I got
depends
it.
on the person.
I got my answer.
It depends
I got
on
you,
the
Jared.
person.
I
what
get
they
what
like
you're
to do.
saying. I got what you're saying.
Okay, all right. Because my dad hated video games, but back in the day when I used to play NASCAR when I didn't know any better, I made him play a NASCAR game with me, and he liked it, and he beat me. His very first time playing. So for me, my answer is, it depends
A
on the
racing game?
person and what their hobbies are. To be honest, that's my answer.
All right, Gary, you said something.
Well, it would have to be something that anyone could pick up and play and have fun with it for at least a good 10 minutes or so.
Like your mom.
Yes.
Whoa.
At least my mom can be picked up.
Oh, my God,
Damn.
we went there.
With a crane. You can pick your mom up with a crane.
Oh my God, that was like, I wish I could high five you right now, Gary. I really just want to high five you,
You guys
like we high
suck.
fived the Eiffel Tower on Joe's mom last night.
Here we go
Yes.
again. I'm sorry to
So-
the 0 listeners that we have by now because we've chased away probably almost every demographic we were shooting for.
It's going to go up on our channel anyway after it's finished, Joe.
Yeah.
So people will be able to go back and listen to it if they want.
Yep, then you can listen to the racist
Who would be
rants
dumb
on
enough
every
to
day.
do that?
Al
Right.
Sharpton.
So anyway, it has to be something that anybody could pick up and play and be fun and easy and get them wanting to play, maybe more games. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to say something like Duck Hunt on the NES.
That's a really good answer, actually.
Very good answer. I like that.
I would have never thought of that, and that's a perfect game.
Something.
Because all you have to do is hold a gun, and everyone pretty much knows how to do that, and you just point and shoot things. And if they have fun with that, they may want to try other games.
Yeah, but that's a gamble on if they may and may not want to, because you never know. Like some people will only want to play that one game and that's it, and not.
But the thing about that game is, it's fun for little bits, and then it makes you want to move on to something else. It's not something you want to sit there and play for hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Like an
But
RPG.
it may make them interested in playing games, and they may want to try something else out, in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, honestly, if I
And
was
most of the time, Mario Brothers is on that same cartridge, so there you go. Super Mario Brothers.
I would pick Madden.
What? That's way too hard.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. You just press one button to hike, and then you press one button to throw the
You
receiver.
have to know. You have to have general knowledge about football to play Madden.
Yeah, for
if you
real.
don't, you're not very good at it.
Yeah, but who doesn't?
I would say
have
play
general
NFL
knowledge
Blitz
about
over
football?
Madden.
I don't know
Like,
shit about football.
Three-fourths of the population of girls on Earth,
Oh,
and most
that-
gamers don't. Most gamers aren't into football or
Dude,
sports
who
in
cares
general.
about 3/4 of the population of girls on Earth? Like,
Oh, he's a fag. Nope,
Just
Joe, you
say
can't
it.
even say anything. Just shut up. You lost.
yeah,
So bad.
I'm just gonna
You'll-
shut up and say.
You'll
women,
find that a
I
lot of
love y'all.
gamers are not into sports whatsoever.
Like me.
There you go. See, exactly.
Okay, then what about Ace Combat? If anybody has any objections there,
I feel like
Not even
that'd
sure what
be
that
way
game
too
is.
hard. It's a flying,
Dude, I'm
Playing
horrible
game.
with flight
Yeah.
sims.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going more with what Gary's saying, simplicity. So, some older
Yep.
console that only has literally 2 buttons at most.
Right.
An A, a B, and a move, and that's it.
Because if you start somebody out with something too complicated, then it's just going to turn them off. And
Right.
yeah, I've seen that happen before.
So, see, my answer was going to be Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. That was going to be my answer, just because it's a classic. It's easy.
right,
Few buttons. Everyone can everyone pretty much knows about it, even if they've never played it. They at least probably know who Mario is. So
It's easy to pick up and play, but there's challenge to the game.
yep. You want them to feel accomplished. Like, you don't want them to just, sit there and be like, oh, I'm not really doing anything. You want them to have some kind of goal and easily be like you were saying with Duck Hunt, like, oh, look, I shot a duck. I feel good. Like, I did that. Cool. Like,
Dude, that's
on
like
Mario
getting
Brothers,
the
I killed a Goomba.
participation trophy in sports, right? Even though your team sucked.
We know you got a lot of those, Joe, but you don't have to brag, okay?
Oh man.
But honestly, if you hated somebody, it's like you want to put them into the most hardest possible game you can. It's like, hey, try this one,
What do you got?
and just watch them fail the entire time.
Yeah, what would be like the hardest freaking game for someone to start out with?
Dodon
Demon's
Pachi.
Souls.
What did you say, Dylan?
Demon's Souls.
Oh.
Fuck that game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I still haven't got past the first stage.
Oh my god, and you're a good gamer, so like, I can't even imagine.
Oh, the boss battle for
The Dark Tournament, Yu Yu Hakusho.
it's like, here, fight this guy.
Yep, Younger Tagoro.
Like 5 hours later, this game sucks.
Actually, if we're talking about all games, not just like actual console games and stuff, I would. If I hated someone, I wanted to play a very hard game. I want to be the guy.
Oh god. Oh. Yeah, that's a horrible choice. If you're Mark, we could make you play Super Meat Boy, and that would be impossible.
Oh god, that was. I was actually like, I don't remember. I don't know why, but I remember. I was remembering that last night because I think I was like looking through my Steam games, like, oh, what do I want to play? And I saw Super Meat Boy. I was like, you want to play this? And then I just remembered Mark suffering for like an hour.
It first started out as like, humiliation and us just like rubbing it in his face that he sucked balls, and then it turned into like sincerity, like like, please Mark, you can do it, man, we really have faith in you, guy. Like, you can do it. Like, it was just like, I mean, we were like completely sincere about it, like, oh man, we really want him to like do this. Like, it was bad.
How late did we stay up that night? That was hilarious.
Dude, we stayed there for like over an hour waiting for him to complete one level. Like, it was bad. And we're like, dude, if you could just complete this, you can go home, you can sleep, you can go like bang your girlfriend, it's all good, man, come on, you can do it. Like,
And we'll give you a Happy Meal.
it was like, oh, it was bad. I gotta get something to drink. So hold on.
I just remember the pure joy on his face when he finally did it.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was super happy, and then he was like, I'm
He
outta
like
here,
drops
and
to his
immediately
knees.
left.
Oh my god.
Man.
But since I haven't answered the original question yet on what I would introduce, what game I'd have someone play that I didn't hate, I'd probably go with either Super Mario World or if I wanted something, well, yeah, it needs to be something fairly simple, so I'd probably go with that because it's pretty easy.
Which
Or-
one?
Or Super Mario Brothers, one of those. I don't know. It's because Super Mario World is a little more complicated, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, probably one of the early Mario games. Just
Okay.
So that was both of my topics that I had come up with. So
All right, let's switch.
I haven't come up with a topic yet.
what?
I haven't done a topic yet.
You're the host of this. What are you doing?
I
God,
know.
dude.
Y'all haven't asked me yet.
Well, you did get here late,
Yeah.
so it kind of just
no.
threw off the whole feng shui of this ordeal.
yeah, no one has really even been asked to give a topic. It's just like, well, we need a new topic. Who has one?
Yeah.
Then someone just throws it out there.
Right.
All right, Gary.
Gary's supposed to be the leader, so
Come on, Gary.
So here's mine. What is your favorite game console and why?
Oh.
well, we already know mine and Gary's. So I would say one of you two other guys start, but that's
Yeah, I'm
just
trying
me.
to think what would be my favorite.
PlayStation.
But
2.
do we know why it's our favorite?
The PlayStation 2. I'm just gonna say PS2.
And why is it your favorite?
Cause, like, like PlayStation 2 was really a part of my childhood. It was like, you have friends over, you stay up late playing games, go steal sodas from the fridge or something, then you come back and play more.
Was it because of the games on that console? Because,
Yeah.
the exclusive games for that console? Or was it just the overall, just because that was the
sounds
console
like
had?
it sounds like from what he said, it's more nostalgia for him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And I mean, because I jumped from the way my gaming history went was I played my ex-brother-in-law had a Atari, and I played that, and then Nintendo, and then I got my first console was a Super Nintendo, and then I got an N64. Did not get the PlayStation 1, the first one. I didn't get the Xbox till like the first Xbox till like way later. But the next console I got after my Nintendo 64 was the PlayStation 2. And there were so many games that I loved to play on there, and it's just, I mean, I just really liked it. And it's my favorite one out of everything.
I'm trying to think of what Dylan's is going to be. I think I have an idea.
There's two I'm thinking of. I can't decide like for sure which one, but I'm probably gonna have to say GameCube. Just
What was
because
the other one?
the other one was the original Xbox.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking Super Nintendo for some reason. Just because Link to the Past
Super Nintendo, yeah.
everything
It has a
else.
lot of games that I really love and still love, but
McMahon.
the GameCube just had so many games that I love to play, and just so many, good memories of having friends over and playing games until like, super late, and then getting in trouble for staying up that late because I was young and whatever. So, but it's like there's just so many memories tied to it with doing things like that. And the reason I was thinking just original Xbox is because that was the first time. Do what?
Jedi Academy.
No, well, not really. Mainly because that was the very first time I'd ever played like a game system that you could. Well, not the first time because I guess PC games, but that you could play online.
Yeah,
with,
so that's what I was like
a bunch of
mentioning.
other people. Yeah, it's like
because Jedi Academy was like the first online thing we ever even saw.
Yeah.
It was at your
and
house.
it's like I just spent so much time like getting to play with all these people that I would have never even had known existed otherwise. So that was just that was really cool, and I really loved that. But I have to pick GameCube just because it has had so many games that I enjoyed, and there was just so many fun times had with it. So
there was a really a lot of fun times we had with the GameCube, dude, and still to this day, like it's like the
pissing
perfect
Michael
party
off
system.
at Smash Brothers.
Yep,
and pissing Ricky off at Double Dash.
that's my specialty.
I think just everything about that game pisses Ricky off at this point because he has that Ricky has bad luck at all games, but that game in particular. Like the gaming gods just say, screw that kid, and then they just annihilate him with freaking Double Dash.
What's so bad about any game that he plays? I think the only game he really has good luck in is probably Jet Set. But like you were saying, he has bad luck in everything, and it's so weird because he's a good gamer. Like he's not bad. He is not bad by any extent. It's just like he gets the crappiest luck you'll ever see in your life. It's
always hilarious.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. Like
it's terrible but hilarious at the same time.
Yeah,
What you guys
we laugh hard.
Like, honestly, I think that's what gaming is all about. Is pretty much what Dylan said a little bit ago. Was, you remember having friends over, staying up late, and then getting in trouble because you stayed up late, and then yeah, I think that's pretty much what gaming is all about. It's,
Getting in trouble.
No, well, that too.
That's just a side effect.
Yeah, I think that because people say, oh, you play video games, you're not gonna do anything. All of us have jobs. We all have lives outside, and it's.
See, I want to be one of those people that doesn't have a life, and I just get money from games.
That'd be awesome.
Like Cosmo.
But
yeah. I think people like Cosmo just get lucky.
That does have a lot to do because a lot of not a lot, because a lot of the famous, YouTubers and gamers or whatever will be like, "Oh no, it's just I'm so good at it." Blah blah blah. It's like, no, you got lucky that the game you loved playing became popular enough for you to make a living off of it, and you were
Right.
lucky that you started, recording or whatever when you did. Because if you would have been a little later, there would have been so many people ahead of you, you wouldn't have even been discovered. So they are just lucky.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Because some of them are really not that interesting to listen to as they're playing the game.
Cosmo's
Yeah.
cool. I like Cosmo, but I know what you're saying. Well, there's a lot of people that are just like, wow, like why are people even giving you money?
Yeah, like some
Right.
people come off as
Like if you're a chick with big boobs and you like have them hanging out while you're playing the game, then
Immediate
you're
money.
automatically going to be popular.
I hate that. I
Like
wish I
it's
had boobs.
just easy money for those girls.
and that's something like if you look up people that review anime on YouTube, most of them, I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying most of them, they act like pretentious douchebags.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that once they make it, they feel like, they're way better than everyone. And then
Yeah,
I hate that.
Dude, so do I.
Yeah, they kind of brought that topic up on the other podcast that I listened to, like recently.
That's why I like what we have, just because, like, we're not popular and we can still have fun.
Yeah, even if we were popular, we wouldn't be like douchebags.
I
There's,
feel like none of us
And like
would be.
stop replying to comments and stuff.
Yeah.
There are some channels that I still really enjoy that are really big, and this is going to be doing shout outs for people and maybe promoting them. I don't really care, but like a lot of the channels that I really enjoy, they are huge, but they're still like cool people. They don't reply to comments a lot of times just because they can't, because there's so many. But
Right.
like the Yogscast is, I think, the single biggest gaming channel in the UK.
Yep.
They're the first channel in the UK to break. I think they have a billion not a billion, a billion channel views or something like that. It's ridiculous. And then like the Game Grumps they're super popular, but they're still really cool people. From anytime I've seen them do like AMA style things, Q&As, whatever. It's like they're really still down to earth, and they will openly admit it's like, yeah, we got lucky that we made this and you enjoyed it and you continue to enjoy it, and they realize that they would not be anywhere if it wasn't for their fans. So just stuff like that is like really cool to see when like huge channels and people who are really popular still have that down to earth mentality and know that like we're only here because we got lucky and our viewers still support us. It's like, but then you have the other channels who are like, yeah, I have 3 million subscribers, so you just don't talk to me. It's like, dude, those people can just go fuck themselves.
I don't know
That's
if-
all there is to it.
I don't know if he is like this, but I feel like PewDiePie or whatever the freak his name is kind of like that.
Actually, he's really down to earth, because there's a Game Grumps video I was watching. They were talking about, they actually met him once, and they were talking to him, and apparently when they asked like what it's like to be that popular, he's like, dude, I'm just really lucky that people watch me as much as they do, and they enjoy my stuff as much as they do. And they said he was a really down to earth and chill dude. So
that's cool. That's
yeah. It's just his personality, his character
cool. That's why I
is
was-
super over the top, and he does that on purpose because that's what got him viewers, and so he has to keep doing it to keep those viewers. So.
Fred.
Oh god, I hate that kid.
Yeah, I
What?
hate Fred.
Like, but
That's why I
one
love
of the
Smosh.
things, like,
Austin, it still has to answer.
Hey, you still have to answer, fag.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, can I finish while you all think of your answers?
Well, we
How about
kind
we
of got
answer-
off topic.
How about
there
we
for a
answer
minute.
our second favorite consoles, Gary? Like, we can tell our first, but then we let's go to the second, maybe.
Okay.
All right, 3,
Anyways,
2, 1,
go ahead, Jeff.
What I was gonna say is like the thing about us is, for people that are listening, we are like this all the time.
At work. And
At
everything.
work, at home, at each other's houses, we do not change. This is who we are.
We all have something slightly wrong with us.
Yep,
Slightly.
slightly. Dude, are you kidding
well,
me?
Compared to, say, Nico, we're
Oh,
perfectly
okay.
normal.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Wait, I don't think Joe knows who or Gary know who Nico is though. So
Picture.
do you?
Yeah, I don't know who.
How do
it
you
is.
describe that guy? Like
well,
a rapist? I don't know.
Well,
The
think
only way I
met
could describe
Nico.
him is just
Did
pure.
you say rapist?
Pure.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's how I heard this quote before. Is one of the Game Grumps used it to describe themselves, and I think it describes Nico perfectly. He has absolutely no filter and zero dignity.
That pretty much sums it up.
Wait,
He went to ECU.
And he just
Yeah,
loves
but
to
didn't I meet
just
him?
randomly talk about
'Cause I
penis.
remember meeting somebody named Nico.
If it was at ECU, then yeah. He's,
Is this like a friend of you guys'?
Yeah.
Ah.
We need to get him on one of these podcasts. That will be a rated like
Oh, man.
NC-17 podcast.
If we get him and Ricky on it at the same time, definitely.
Oh god.
But just to give you an idea of how random and kind of stupid Nico can be, we were playing League of Legends. It was me, Nico, Ben, and probably Joe. A different Joe, of course. To the viewers who might get confused there, not the Joe you've been listening to. And normally when we play League, like something about that game just makes us go full retard, basically.
You never go
But Nico
full
somehow
retard.
manages to go beyond full retard sometimes, and he just started talking like the Christian Bale Batman,
Oh,
yelling
boy.
about his justice cock.
Ah.
That's the kind of person that Nico is. So
Nice.
there's your introduction to that. We need to get him on here so that Gary and Joe can experience the insanity.
But okay, now that we quit talking about the justice cock, it's like I was saying. We don't pretend to be nothing that we aren't. We were like this 24/7. If you ran into us, we
Joe,
probably.
man, your mom can't stop talking about it.
You see, exactly. This is what I deal with on a daily basis from everybody except for Dylan because the Perkinator is awesome. and also, if Dylan came up with your mom joke, it'd probably be the most funniest thing in the world, and our heads would explode.
You're probably right.
Because
it rarely happens, but when it does.
Yeah.
Wait for just talk to me after I've played games with Nico for about an hour.
You remember that
Something
time?
about him just corrupts you.
You remember the time we were doing the showdown for Break the Targets, and I was eating cereal, and I was like, Evan, just take it slow. And he's like, I'm not taking it slow. And you're like, okay, well then take it as fast as possible in the butt. And I just immediately lost it and spit out my cereal and stuff, almost choked to death.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I don't even remember why I said that, but I thought I was just like, yes, as fast as possible in the butt. It's like, oh, okay.
But I just lost it. I was like, oh my god, what the heck? I don't know why, but
you should tell the weather story.
the weather ass, yeah. That'll be for another day.
That was Nico.
Yeah, that was all Nico again. Yep.
Yeah, that was. Should we tell that story? Because it was a great story. It's a short story, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah. Go ahead, Dylan. Do it.
Because okay, is it the East Central cafeteria, which back when we would make the mega table where we had 4 of the tables and shove them together, and all of the honor students would sit together, but
And me.
yeah, when you
And
after
Ricky.
you got there, you just hang out with us because it was a cool kid table. So,
Yeah, it pretty much was.
but yeah, we were talking to it was spring, so of course short shorts and mini skirts were just everywhere. It was
Abundant.
beautiful, but everyone, and when you're in a situation like that in social environment with a lot of women and short shirts or whatever, you look, but you try to be discreet about it because you don't want to get slapped or something. But
Not
Nico and Ben both are the least discreet people you'll ever know. Ben will slam the table and stand up and look over at a woman's ass if you point it out to him, and Nico will do the same thing. It's like, dude, have you guys never heard about being subtle? And Nico's like, all right, I can be subtle, because he was trying to come up with a code word for hey, check out that girl's butt or something, and his code was, look at that weather ass, and he just yell it really loud, and it's like, oh god.
Because it came up with, I think it was Ben who was like, hell, we got some nice weather going on over there by the salad
Yep.
bar, something like that. That was the
yep.
whole keyword at first, and then Nico just turned it into weather ass, and we were like, okay, guy.
No, Gary and Austin know the story I'm about to tell. It happened in the East Central cafeteria again. Dylan,
okay.
I don't know if you know the story, but just go with me on it, okay? I was sitting there one day, and I was eating dinner, and I was like almost in the middle because I was watching TV. I was watching something on TV while I was eating, and this girl walked by me, and I was like, man, she was hot. I'm just gonna say she had a nice ass, nice rack, and everything. She was hot, and I'm like, oh my god. Well, she's coming from like where the grilled stuff was.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this dude coming from where the soda machines are. He gets to within 2 feet with her, throws this stupid uppercut, and screams Hadouken at the top of his lungs. The cafeteria goes completely quiet, and we're all staring at him. And this girl has this like has this look on her face like, what the fuck? And she just kept walking. Meanwhile, back at my table, the first thought in my head was not, dude, that is a hot girl. You should not do that. No, that was not my first thought. My first thought was, that was not Hadouken. That was Shoryuken. You need to get the shit right.
We should have just like stood up and been like, objection!
Nice. I feel like you need to change the topic to story time. Because that's what's going on
well,
here.
we haven't even answered
Right.
yet. Me and King still haven't answered.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, answer the question.
And then
Do it.
Do it now. 1, 2, 3, go.
Go.
Who?
Oh, is it at the same time? Go. No, Austin. I guess.
Okay. Well, my favorite console is the N64. But my second
N64 plus 5.
yes.
The N69.
My God. But
It's the greatest thing ever.
my second favorite.
What makes it your favorite, though? I don't know what makes it your favorite.
It was just timing of when I got it. It's just like everyone else. Like, your favorite console is always going to be based off nostalgia. It's not going to be based off anything else. Like, that's always what it is.
Yeah, that's what
And so it was basically just the timing of it. My very first console I ever had was the Super Nintendo, and I was 7. And then I got the N64 when I was 9, and it was pretty much in its prime at that point. And there was a lot of good games that it introduced me to, such as Super Mario 64. I think that was the very first one I got for it. And that really introduced me into platforming. Even though I had played Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that on the Super Nintendo, that really escalated it because the whole 3D aspect, you know. So that was one thing that really like blew my mind. Was I had just got off the Super Nintendo and I was like, oh my god, this is like crazy 3D, like I can go anywhere, like, you know. And then there's games like Ocarina, Super Smash Brothers, like I talked about. A lot of the games on the console, I feel like there's a lot of good platformers, like a lot of good platformers for the N64. And I don't know if platforming is one of my favorite genres, but I guess it has to be, just because of like all the games that I like for it. There was Banjo-Kazooie, you know, I mean, there's Conquer, like I just got through playing that for the first time, and it's an awesome platformer. So it was just basically timing and, you know, what all games were for it. But second favorite would be the GameCube, along with Dylan, just because of it's got so many good games, and it's basically the best party system there is. And, you know, anytime that we were bored at the Commons or anywhere, if we're just hanging out with each other, we're like, oh, what should we do? Let's play a game. Very first thing we think of is usually Double Dash, which is the GameCube. So, yeah, that's pretty much mine.
Okay. Well, you know what mine is. Mine's a Sega Genesis.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Really?
What?
I would have thought it was like,
Yeah,
you know,
really.
something else.
What makes it my favorite is there's a lot of nostalgia. In the mid to late 80s, I used to go to the arcade like quite a bit, and like Sega was one of the big producers of arcade games back then. Like, you go into an arcade and there was a crap ton of Sega arcade games. like Shinobi and Golden Axe and Altered Beast and Space Harrier and Afterburner, Outrun. I mean, the list goes on. And like Nintendo really wasn't big into arcade games as much. Like there were a few, but not very many. But I always enjoyed playing Sega arcade games. So when the Genesis was first announced, um, like it was announced that it was packed in with Altered Beast, and that was one of the arcade games I like to play quite a bit. And then they also showed like some of the other games that are going to be coming out for it, like The Revenge of Shinobi, and Shinobi is one of my favorite arcade games of all time. Uh, Golden Axe was another one I used to play a lot. So when I knew those were coming to the Genesis, I knew I had to get it. And just for me, like it was the closest thing to having the arcade experience at home. Like I don't think Nintendo pulls off the arcade experience as well as Sega did back then. Just because Nintendo wasn't really big into arcade games as much. But that's pretty much the reason why it's my favorite. Because it kind of gives me that arcade experience at home.
What's your second?
My second favorite would pretty much, I mean, I don't enjoy the games as much as I did when I was younger. But it's based mostly on nostalgia for me. That'd be the ColecoVision. I mean, it kind of goes back to arcade games again because that system pretty much just had arcade ports on it. And at the time, that was the best system for arcade ports at the time. So I never had an Atari. I had a ColecoVision. Like, we couldn't afford an Atari when they first came out. So when the ColecoVision came out, my mom could afford to get me one. I was probably about like 12 or 13, but that console holds the most nostalgia for me. But just because the games aren't as fun to play anymore today is the reason why it's not my favorite. It's probably my second favorite.
That's cool. Bringing out the old consoles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like if I had a ColecoVision, I would probably still play it, but I would prefer to play other things over that, like the Super Nintendo or the Genesis or the Saturn or the Dreamcast or the GameCube. Just because the newer games, those games are a little more fun than those older simple games. Oh, they're great. Like the older games are great to play for just a few minutes at a time, but just for that nostalgia feeling. The nostalgic feeling, I should say. I don't have a ColecoVision, but I'll probably eventually get one again just for that. Just because that's the one I grew up with.
It got real
That's pretty
quiet.
much it.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. Like, like you guys didn't experience the arcade like I did.
Yeah.
And that's to me that's what gaming is.
I remember when I was little walking past arcades and I couldn't go in because my dad wouldn't let me. It's like, Dad, can we go in here? No, son, I got stuff to do. I got to do business. And
Dude, when you was little, arcades were already on their way out. Like they were a weak and pale representation of what they used to be.
Dude, but that didn't matter where I grew up in Southern California. It's like, it didn't matter pretty much where I wanted to do or what I wanted to go or, I couldn't do it. Because, I mean, do I wish I could have gone to, all right, like take this for example. In El Cajon, where I spent most of my childhood, we had a family fun center, which used to be called Bullwinkle's. I don't know what it's called now. It's by Target, and used to be an arcade there and all that. There still is an arcade there, and it's batting cages, mini golf, and all that stuff. And I only went to there like I think 3 times, and growing up, my family didn't really have that much money. So I mean, that's probably why I appreciate more stuff. But it's like you see all these other kids going to play the arcade. You're like, man, I really want to play Jurassic Park, this or Ferrari Challenge or something. Just but
Yeah.
it's like when they came out with consoles, it's like, hey,
Now anyone can
yeah,
play.
now anybody can play. I mean, sure, you might be able can't afford like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 games, but those 1 or 2 and 3 games were awesome to you because you didn't really get to feel that. And when you got to feel that for the first time, just playing a video game, you're like, oh my god, this is awesome. How come we can't have these at home? But
Man, like, I wish I could have like been around for that because arcades back in the early to mid '80s, uh, they were pretty epic. Like, you don't see anything like it anymore.
Did you have
Like, they would have.
any kind of big ones? I mean, like you would see
Oh
on
yeah, at the mall,
like on
at
Tron.
any mall you would go to.
You know
Yeah.
how like Flynn had that
Oh,
huge.
way bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
You go to the mall, and the arcade they would have in the mall, like at a minimum, there would be at least, I'd say, over 200 arcade machines and about 75 or more pinball machines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's hard to imagine.
right.
wow.
And towards the late '80s is when they started becoming not so popular, and they started, like, you'd go into one of those big arcades, and there wouldn't be as many things in there. And they started replacing them, like, even back then, with, like, say, like a lot of light gun games, I like House of the Dead and stuff like that. I mean, those are fun. But, like, back when Street Fighter 2 first came out in the arcade, that was, like, one of the most awesome arcade experiences you could have, because with it being 2-player and versus, like, you start playing the game, and some random person can come up and put a quarter in and start playing against you. And you don't know how good they're going to be, so...
It was like the original
It kind of
online.
made...
Yeah.
Right. It kind of made you, like if they were really good and you were really good, like...
People would crowd around,
There's like
right?
there was like no other experience like that. Like, it was just like a random thing. Like, people would just come up and start playing if you were playing.
Do you think
The same thing
gaming's
with, like Mortal Kombat. Like, you had no clue if they were going to be crappy or awesome.
like, do you think gaming's lost something in the evolution from the arcades to where we are now?
Yeah, I mean, you guys know how fun it is to play local multiplayer at home. You got that same feeling in the arcade back then with games like that. But it was a little different because you'd get, like, nervous if somebody just did that and you didn't know who they were. Like, you didn't want to... And people would be watching, too. You'd have a crowd around you. Like, it
Pressure.
wasn't... Yeah, back then, there would be arcade machines that would have a monitor on top of them so other people could watch. Especially, like, the fighting games and stuff. But yeah, like, you didn't want to be, like, punked out in front of a bunch of people. You know? So your heart would actually start racing a little bit, like, when you started fighting somebody against somebody you didn't know.
There's only a few things I feel like nowadays that give gamers that kind of feeling anymore. One would be tournaments. Two would be
Right.
live streaming if you're doing speed runs because the pressure.
Right.
And then I can't even think of any others because when you play online, it's just like whatever.
Well, like the thing that I'm doing right now, honestly, I've been playing a lot of the Formula One games that have been I bought F1 2012, and I'm just kind of getting good at that right now, and I'm getting to the point where it's like I can upshift and downshift by myself, and I'd honestly like to see where I stack up against people. So it's kind of like you're working so hard to master something. It's like, you know what, I want to test my skills on this against somebody.
There was this one arcade game.
Oh, sir.
I wanna say it was called G-Lock. made by Sega, and it cost like $1 or something to play. Like back at I think it was in the late '80s.
What's that?
That you like would climb into the machine, and like sit in it like a full cockpit style game. And like when you moved your ship around, like the whole machine moved with you. Like not just like left and right, it like actually forward and back and everything. Like that was another cool experience you could have in the arcade. There were a couple of machines that they did like that would actually move.
Yeah, those seems like they'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I know, didn't they,
Hang on just a
when... Alright,
Do what?
Alright, go ahead.
didn't they, like, when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, they made, like, a pod racer kind of thing like that?
Yeah, they did for N64.
No, he's talking about like
No, I'm talking about, like, the full, like, you get in an actual pod racing cockpit and, like, in like, an arcade or something, then you, like, have to flip all the switches and do, like, all the stuff.
That
Like,
sounds
I think they
really
made...
familiar.
Yeah, there was a pod racer.
Yeah,
The Star Wars pod racer game was similar to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it moved though. But
Well,
there
I
was
don't
a
know,
sit-down version.
Yeah, like, when I heard about that, I was like, dude, I would love to play one of those, but I'm never going to find one in Paul's Valley. Or near Paul's Valley.
For real, dude.
Right.
You know, I think that's the problem of living in the area where we all live in around. So it's too small. And it's not, developed enough. Ow.
My eyes.
It's okay. It's not developed, and it's probably never going to be developed as, everything else around it is.
Well, dude, it sucked back in the day because without the internet and without Walmart in this town, there was no place to buy games in this town.
Oh, wow.
Like, there was, like, one store to buy games, but they would, like, not have a very big selection. So you'd have to drive to Oklahoma City to buy your games.
That had to probably really suck back in the day, but it's like, there's kids that are being raised here now, and it's like, there's a whole wide world out there of stuff that people don't even know exists. I mean,
Like Bigfoot?
What? Where did that even come from?
no, no, it's like, I mean, there's all these new experiences out there for people, and here you won't get it. Like, it's kind of sad, really, to be honest.
So David has informed us that he's going to be getting involved in activities in which we do not want to be a part of. So,
Which means gay butt
Aha!
sex.
so that means get the
Quote,
F out of our
quote,
house
unquote.
type of thing. Like,
Quote unquote
Okay.
activities.
I thought you were going to be doing like the whole,
Oh, I would just go to the room for that.
Well.
Speaking of which, I told her I was going to pick her up after work. But what time does Sonic close?
I just no idea, dude.
I think it's already close.
So Gary, if it is cool with you, since you were the host, can we quit now?
Yeah, we can shut it off.
Would you like to do the honors of taking the closing stuff, like, and closing us out? Since you're the
All right.
host.
You guys got to catch me up.
All right. All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed listening to our podcast. Everybody else want to say anything?
My only
Anyone else want to say
comment. My only comment is, Gary, you best not quit this channel, or I'll kill you
Until you're dead.
until
Where
you're
the hell
dead
did that come from?
tonight. Well, earlier today he texted me and said I'm done with GameStorm, and I was like, how about you just take a break and we'll see what happens.
Ah, well then.
Yeah.
So this may be
I
his
don't
last
know.
thing ever, but I really hope not.
Yeah, me too.
No, I want to keep doing the podcast, but I think I need to take a break. I mean, I know I don't make that many videos, but I'm trying to
You've been making
trying
more
to come
than
up with.
normal
I'm
just
trying to
because of
come
our
up with a-
schedule.
Well, no, it's just I'm trying to come up with a series or something that I am going to find enjoyable, because I don't just want to be making videos to be making videos. I want to do a video that I actually enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't been doing that here lately. So I'm just kind of blah with the whole thing. I'm I told you about the new series that I want to do, but I need more time to think that out and to maybe make like some intros or something for it.
Well, let's discuss it. Maybe me, you, and us guys can actually talk it through
Like
and help
with
you
the
out.
scheduling thing, like it's good to have the content all the time, but like I said, I don't want to just to make a video that I'm not going to enjoy, because it's going to be boring to watch, for one thing, because people are obviously going to tell that I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah. That's okay, man. But yeah, like I said, I'll start doing the videos weekly, and you can just take a break and figure out what you need to do.
We can still do the podcast every week if you want, because this is like the funnest thing that I've done on the channel in like a long time.
Great. So
It was
talking
really
shit
fun.
about my mom
Yeah.
is fun. Thanks a lot, buddy.
That was the best part. What are you talking about?
Dude, Joe, if you put it all together, there was only about maybe 2 minutes worth of jokes to you
Out of
in
the
whole
what,
podcast.
3
I'm
and a
just
half
kidding,
hours?
Gary.
Yeah.
Longest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not
much.
ever, but it's pretty.
It's gonna be a
long.
bitch going through and making timestamps for this for the viewers.
Oh yeah.
All right, Dylan,
I may
do you
just
have
make
anything
it
to
break
say?
up. I may just have like me watch the first hour, someone else watch the second hour, someone else watch the third, and then that way you can just give me all the timestamps and I'll just put them in. Because I'm not watching all this. So please help me out, guys. Please.
You're on your own, bitch. Nah.
Thank you.
Nah. I could help out.
All right.
But,
Do you have anything to say, Dylan?
No, not really.
Okay. It's my turn now. I really had fun tonight. It was pretty cool. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me very soon. Very soon.
Lift up your
I
shirt.
wish I could say the same thing, but I don't live in the same town anniore.
Joe,
Sad.
Sad face.
What's up?
we don't want to see more of you.
That's not what,
Close.
that's not what
Keep-
I meant.
They
Like-
can't see
like-
anything. There's no camera.
And there it is.
I mean, like, you'll be seeing a lot more of me doing videos.
Ah,
So, stay
Okay.
tuned, everybody. All right, Gary, take us out.
Show us your boobs.
Did you hear David?
Yeah.
Show us your boobs.
Wow. Just wow.
all right. Well, I guess hope everyone enjoyed listening to our podcast. And this is Gary, Austin, Dylan, and Joe
We love you, Joe.
signing out.
That was close.
All right. Oh.
That's it.